Ooh, that's only an hour. All right, first off, you're going to hear grinding noises in the background, and that's because my heater makes those noises. Can't do anything about it. It's cold. So, there we are. All right, hang on. This app has updated, and now I don't know how things work. Who's used to that? All right. Hello, y'all. How art thou? Hello, everyone. I'm healthy. Healthy. Am I feeling better? Yes, theoretically, I am feeling better. I am no longer sick. So, hello, Sane Minotaur. Hello, Common Sense. There is a pinned post up at the top here. Let's see if I can remember how to talk. Um, Also, I'm still having problems with the video. I checked my calendar. I have been sick. I had the flu for 15 days. And then I had this cough, really bad cough, for another week after that. I'm just saying, those of you who aren't going to come for me for saying this, go get your shots because the flu ain't fucking around this year. But hello, Southern Bonita. Hello, Idiot Witch. Hello, Midori Gale. Hello, Kelly Loom. Hello, Allie. Hello, Renbot. Hello, Hannah, Bad Banana, Teddy Pigs. Hello, my heater. Hello, Josie. Jonesy Illustrates. I'm a little Oasis. Oh, thank you. Hello, Carrie Marty. You thought I forgot you. You're so ready for this? He was going to go to bed. Well, I have been making I don't know what you call it other than lag on my computer. But this is half coffee, half black tea. Really good. Between this and the golden milk that Ozzy taught me to make, Ozzy's Kitchen. I should share that recipe. Remind me to do that. That shit kept me alive. I really wish I knew. Oh, you know what? I can close some windows. Maybe that might help. I don't want to close too many windows. Why is that even open? Why was Steam open? I don't know why you're plugged in. You don't need to be open. You don't need to be open. I'll probably need you in a minute. Let's see. I'll need that. I'll need that. I don't need that. Probably need that. Yes, close them all. Away with ye. Trying to close some windows here, guys. I should have done this before I got on, but oh, I don't want to lose this one. Ah well. Who needs 28 tabs open? I want to keep this one open.
Hi, my name.
Hi, my name is Rosie. Yeah, this one I want to keep open because that's Rosie's video that I want to go over someday when I'm not dying. Tiny caffeinated. I guess it's supposed to, yeah, I don't, it just tastes good. I don't have any explanation for it. I don't know why coffee and tea together with milk tastes good, but it does. You've been flu free for fall? Flu free all fall. There you go. Hey, BJ. Hey, Ruby. Hey, Sangy. Hello, Comfortable Ginger. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I, got sick. Hey, look, you can see my, my now you can't. Ah. I would love to know what I think Amber thinks about the sun and the moon. Well, I know that she doesn't believe the moon exists. So, that much I do know. And the only quote I have for her about the sun is that we shouldn't believe everything they told us about the sun in school. I don't know what that means. I suspect she is a geocentrist, which means she believes the sun revolves around the earth. That is my suspicion, but I've not had her confirm that. I am a Muppet, yes. Yes, that is true. My video audio is a lot louder. Oh, was that really loud when it played? Okay. I'll keep that in mind. There's that better. I have me turned all the way up. All the way up. Where's my cats? They are closed. They're out there. Califree. Califree-po? Califree-po? Califree-po. Calcifer-po. Calcifer-po. Gotcha. Oh, no, wait. Never mind. The door is open. Hi. Come up. You have been requested. Huh? Put your feet under you. There you go. Hi. Hi. What do for you? What you want? What you want? You got an hour till dinner. This is the first time people have seen me in like all month, and they've been. I don't know. Maybe they do want to see you. I don't know. This is what you really came here for, isn't it? This is what you're really here for. Hi, baby. Thanks. Not the coffee. Not the coffee. Thank you. Why do you do that? Why do you do that? Why do you threaten my coffee cup? I see it. I see it in your eyes. Sorry, guys. I can't stream. I have a cat. Can you at least purr into the microphone? Turn your key. Purr into the microphone. All right. Okay, but for reals, don't knock things over. Don't knock things over. Don't change the windows. You want a headset? I didn't think you did. Can you not be a menace to society? The answer is no. I was born a menace. I will die a menace. My mother was a menace, and her mother before her. They do. They always aim for the coffee graveyard flowers. And she's got this like majestic long tail that she just uses like a tyrannosaurus. My mic's going in and out. Stop it. I'm going to try something that may fuck up everything. Hang on. All things considered, I have difficulties I'm having. I'll take it. Hey, Cloak Uncloak. I am there for a minute, though. My mic is sad. I don't know what to do for you guys. I haven't changed anything about the mic. Is the mic going in and out, or am I just turning away from it? Oh, the mic's dead now. Oh, that's good. It says it's not. Stop. For real. You're just being a menace. Microphone. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. All right, down you go. Bye. Love you. Okay, look, OBS says everything's working, so I don't know. That's not what I want. I still don't want that page. Let me bring up advanced properties. Yeah, that's what I want. And switch this over to mic 3. Go to monitor and output. Hello? Okay, first off, let me check my headsets. You might hear an echo. Theoretically, I should be hearing myself. Yeah, we're not watching that.
Where were you during
Okay, I can hear the video.
9/11? I was in a group home getting forced to eat yogurt. My favorite.
Uh-huh. Okay. Somehow this is Jessica Simpson's fault. Yes. Hmm. Okay, but if you guys hear background noise now, I've turned off the because I can kind of hear background noise. I can turn off all of the filters, and then you really will have some interesting background noise. It won't be that bad. You'll just hear all the fans and everything, I think. I'll give it a second. Well, the video doesn't have to do anything. What are you set to? Yeah, it's still set to this. Just stop flopping around. I flop around, Allie. That's what I do. Have you not noticed I talk with my hands? Okay, we'll turn that off because it's not doing me any good anyway. It's called immersion. Wriggleita, I don't have it set for voice activated settings, but that doesn't mean there isn't a voice activated setting active that I'm not aware of. Yeah, don't forget to turn your live chat on. Hey, 4 paws in a book. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if the sound from me is better. Why don't you like scratching in your ear? So does that mean you guys didn't get to hear the cat purring? That's sad. Have I seen Zachary Michael Marie's beautiful purple nails? No, I need to get caught up on Zach's videos because I know Zach is also covering the LOLCow bus. All right, well, at least it's better. All right, it's better. We're good. It's better than it was. And now I'm going to mute myself real fast. Turn the sound back on just in time to cough. Cool. All right. So it has come to my attention while I was gone, slowly dying, that Amber joined LOLCow. LOLCow Live, I believe, is the overall name of the channel. So it's because I don't have a gritty mic. The gritty mic is the mini mic. This is the big mic. It's supposed to be the better. I mean, I don't know if they're supposed to be better or not. It's just the bigger mic. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how this shit works. Well, now you can hear my heater, probably. It's not that bad. It'll be worse later. Anyway, so I found out that Amber got hired by LOLCow. And she's on a channel on a show called LOLCow Bus. How do they figure out how they're naming these things? Why is it called? I don't know. I will become familiar with it. I did subscribe. So I will be raw dogging it. Please don't call it the LCU, so stupid. When cows collide. I like that, BJ. Yeah, moonlit novel. It's every. What this time was not my fault. I was legit like I probably should have gone to the doctor. I did not, but you know, it's precisely what I predicted it would be. Numbers. Yeah, I think a lot of people were calling this one. All right, I'm gonna try to say your name. Regalita. Uh-huh. It's not about the sound. It's about how you use it. That's what they like you to think. But yeah, it does feel like every time I'm like out for the count. Like I thought the worst that was gonna happen was the bullshit over. It wasn't really Rosie herself. It was the crap happening around Rosie's channel. I thought that was gonna be the worst of it, but right, lovely pigeon. Okay, well that kind of explains it, and that was my heater. You probably heard it that time. So now they just call it LOLCow Bus. Okay, well that makes sense. I used to ride the short bus to Sunday school. I don't know what that says. Hopefully you don't have to hear me swallowing every time I take a sip. But here we are. Yeah, well, Allie, you were right. All right, so I have subscribed to LOLCow Bus. Apparently, the official shows are not starting. Well, Amber's official shows aren't starting until January the 1st. So, well, I did have a small Sunday school idiot witch. Yes, it was a small kind of area. Very close to the name Ria. Mariner way of saying Glitta. Okay, Ria Glitta. All right, I will say it wrong 2 more times, but I will try my damnedest not to. Ria Glitta. You know, it's phonetical. You think I could figure that out, but yeah. So I'm not shocked. I'm a little surprised. Because I didn't think Amber would be willing to give up that much control of her image and her channel. And going off of the few things I've watched. Actually, you know, the video I want to watch first is not actually Apathetic Facts. It's a channel called, I think it's Cat's Corner. Great. Now I'm going to have this shit in my feed. Can't wait. Do I have Cat's video up? Here's my friend. Isn't she awesome? She drew that. This is Kim's fault right here. Let's see. No, that's literally. I'm subscribed to literally? No, I'm not. There's Nikki. There we go. Cat's channel. Go to Cat's channel. This is the actual video I want to watch. I don't know if we'll watch the entire thing, but I do want to watch some of it, and I will speed it up some. I don't know how many of you guys are watching. It's just called Cat's channel. I think she called it something else there for a hot minute. It's a smaller channel. It's a very small channel, actually. It's only got 330 subscribers. And how the mighty smug have fallen. Yeah. Here's the link to it. Because this video is only 6 hours old. And like I said, the channel only has 330 subscribers. So, you know, if you guys could go check it out. I'm going to be a little critical of this video. That doesn't mean I don't like the channel and I don't like the video. So don't go over there and be like, "Rawr," because I'm not I don't like that. I will disown you. But if you guys do see the video and you do like it, you may even agree with Kat, honestly. So if you do, go check it out. Give it a thumbs up if you do like it. It's not a bad video. And Kat does bring up some good points here and there. I just have some critiques about certain things. And it's just, I think, I want to say this in a way that doesn't come off condescending, but I don't really know if it's going to. I just feel like it's maybe a gap in knowledge that causes some of the things that I don't like or that I disagree with. And I think you guys will see what I'm talking about as we watch it. They do have cute artwork on this channel, yes. Hey, Ozzy! Oh my god, your golden milk saved my ass, by the way. Thank you so much. Hey, Rex. It's a video debate, not video hate. Yeah, exactly. I watch a lot of things that I don't necessarily agree with, or sometimes I don't even like the channel. Like, I'm going to be subscribed to freaking LOLCow bus. That was not something I thought I would ever do in my lifetime. Are you yelling? I can't put "rar" in her comments. I mean, I guess, but she's going to be really confused. Really? I don't know. Maybe they'll get the joke. Be like, why is everyone typing "rar" in here? The fuck did I do? But I have been watching a lot of these devil advocates videos. It's interesting to see Kat's perspective because she does have a very different view of girl world, a very critical view of reaction channels in general. But I think one of my biggest critiques, and you guys will see it when we start watching it, Kat's overall experience of reaction channels seems to be very narrow, and she seems to box all reaction channels in with a handful of reaction channels who could or necessarily are problematic. She goes after Snowflake a lot. And I don't know what people's personal perspectives on Mr. Snowflake are. I know the overall opinion on him has changed over time. So I know he's a little bit more of a controversial figure than he was when he first started. So there's that. Kat is not a fan. Okay. Kat doesn't seem to be, well, kind of the same way I am. Kat is critical of Snowflake, but not necessarily like hateful, right? It's a debate kind of a thing. So it's okay. It's night. I can't spell most days. So advocate. That's funny. Do not go type "rar" in our comments section. This is horrible. I'm sorry, Kat, if you're watching this and you get 19 comments of "rar." That was my fault. This is the first you've heard of. Like I said, a very small channel. As we are watching it right now, it's 330 subscribers. This video itself has had 99 views. It's 6 hours old. I think, all in all, I honestly think these videos are good. I think they're very reflective. Not self-reflective necessarily, but I think they are definitely very, well, they're critical of the reaction community without, while being a reaction channel, right? She's not necessarily defending, most of the videos are, I think all of the videos have been about Amber. She doesn't defend Amber. She's just critical of reaction channels' critiques of Amber, which I don't think are unnecessary, I don't think are unfair, right? So it's not like she's trying to be an Am baby. She's just being critical of our criticisms. But, like, you'll see what I'm talking about when we get into it. What happened with Snowflake? I kind of stopped watching him. I mean, same Idiot Witch. I like watching Snowflake's documentary stuff. I think he does an excellent job with those. I don't really watch his reaction style videos as much. I mean, I do watch him occasionally, but not a lot. I know there's been some drama around Snowflake. Excuse me. I know a couple of my, hey, Chris, good to see you. Finishing up work, but I hope you're feeling better, Tiny. Thank you so much, Chris. I hope you're doing okay, too. Just FYI, I am thinking about like briefly touching on the cam stuff, but that's going to be later in the video, just letting you know ahead of time. But anyway, back to Snowflake. I do know my mods are a little critical of Snowflake. So, and they have their reasons, and I think they're valid reasons. So there's that. I think I don't have a particularly strong opinion one way or the other, because I think when Snowflake puts his mind to it, he puts out a decent product. But I've never personally, beyond a couple few interactions on Discord, I've never personally interacted with Snowflake. I talk with Jimmy more just through comments on YouTube than I have ever interacted with Snowflake. So I don't really have like a horse in that race. But I honestly interested to see her opinion. Yeah, let's stop. We're wondering where I've gone. Ugly laughs. I died. I died and I had to crawl out of the grave. I am actually a zombie. There are days. All right. So I'm going to speed her up. I already said that once. I don't know if we're going to watch the whole dang thing because I don't want to be here all damn night. I don't have that stamina. Let's see. Let's do 150 or 1.5 and I'll put she's got a British accent. I think it's British. Pretty sure it's British. She's got an accent that isn't American. Let me put it that way. And I'll put the closed captions on for people. Yes, the necromancy spells did work. Thank you. Thank you all of you who summoned me back from the dead. Moonlit novel interacting online. That's practically besties. No. Go away. Sorry. Okay, you guys are talking about something else. All right, let's first off, let's get started and see how the sound is going to be. I look very good for being dead. Thank you. It's the lighting.
Hi friends, welcome back to Devil's Advocate, the critical thinking channel. I hope you all had a great Christmas and are ready for the new year. First of all, I want to thank everybody.
Oh, I don't like that. That looked like you were getting feedback. Were you getting like a double? Were you guys getting an echo there? Nothing at all. I don't, but I have her sped up and some people do. So some people just like closed captions. So
Who likes and subscribes to my channel. Like, I really appreciate every single one of you, and I love all your contributions into my videos and the things you have to say. That's very exciting, so thank you very much. So today we're going to talk a little bit about this LOLCow channel. I came across something called LOLCow Pit, and on this they were talking about Amber coming into the LCU. If you don't know what that is, that's LOLCow universe with all these really delightful
Thank you, Wendy Stone.
come together. And
all right, type a 1 if the sound is okay going forward for the video. Not me, the video, because I have it turned all the way up. So let me know how it sounds for y'all.
Just argue and talk about random stuff, and Amber is now a part of that. She's going to be a host on that from the 1st of January. There's already a lot of controversy around it. There's definitely controversy around the LOLCow community in general. But I had this on in the background, and there was a guy called Yo Mama, who is actually a reaction channel for Girl World, and I think the girl in it is called Sweetie, and they discussed the reaction channels, and I found it really interesting, so I thought we could go through that. So, yeah, let's get into that.
We're just talking about Amberlynn Reed and her past and da-da-da, just shit-talking her. These people are very crazy, lunatic people. But
dude, if I really have gone out of my way to avoid this man. I am not happy that I have to interact with his content.
they make a lot of money. Yeah. You got to understand, Sweetie. Would you sell your soul to the devil to make thousands and buy yourself a house and a Tesla? Would you do it?
I mean, not a house and a Tesla, but I mean, what are you offering? It's the devil. You can do better than a house and a Tesla. I'm just saying, it's the devil. I expect more.
I mean, probably, yeah. Honestly,
hey, that's where they came from, you know, and that's why they look at her with a microscope, like every little thing that she does. I mean, everything that we do in our everyday life, you know what I'm saying? And they judge that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we all make mistakes. We're human. We mess up.
Her video quality is a little low. In general, she does have a lower quality. Okay, that came out wrong. Her audio volume, there we go, is low in general. So
we, you know, but these people, they look at her with a microscope. Anything, little thing that she does, they take a 1 and they make it a fucking 10. But I'm gonna show you how crazy these people are.
Hello, sir. This is the kettle.
Sweetie, I'm gonna show you why these people are lunatics. And I love that I brought Amberlynn into this space because now these people will be playing on my home field. And at first I was on their field, Sweetie, but now they gotta come over to Daddy. And I'm gonna introduce you to all the hate channels. I'm gonna introduce you to the crazies. I'm gonna introduce you to the lunatics. Okay.
I mean, he doesn't mention my channel, so I guess I don't qualify as A, a lunatic, or B, a hate channel, so I'm good. Not that I would give a shit if he qualified me as either of those things, but here we are. Yeah, exactly, Jennifer. Yo Mama sold his soul for a whole lot less. Hey, Sneakerhead B, Queen B. Good to see you too. Good to see you, Jennifer, by the way. Hey, J-Rip. Or G-Rip. G-Rip. See, I told you, you guys. And on top of it, I have the curse of the ats, so, like, y'all's names are all over the damn place. You expect pastries and get wasps. All right, I'll remember that one.
Okay.
I'm excited.
I'm
I'm
gonna
excited.
introduce you to the loonies. All right. Now the first one we got.
So what I find fascinating about this is that these are meant to be like the dregs of the internet, and they seem to actually be quite switched on as to what Girl World is, and as we discussed on this channel, what reaction channels are.
All right, first criticism. I have no idea who the woman in pink, the one in the pink shirt is. I guess I could just say the woman in the video is, because there's Yo Mama and the woman. I have no idea who that person is. I guess her name is Sweet Tea. That woman seems to have no fucking clue what we're talking about whatsoever. Like, she does not seem to have any clue who Amberlynn is, what's going on, what the hell Yo Mama's talking about. And I did make mention of this in the cat's chat here, or the comment section under this video. Yo Mama likes to twist shit. I'm not saying Yo Mama is incorrect 100%, but he's going to accuse reaction channels or dissenter channels, yes. He's going to accuse us of twisting shit. And you're going to watch him create pretzels here in a minute.
So yeah, let's continue, because I did find this whole bit just very, very interesting.
Amberlynn Reed on with Roxy. I'm gonna start with that one.
Yeah.
Let's start with that one, because I'm gonna break this thing down.
I have no idea who Roxy is, but apparently she's like the golden child right now.
I'm gonna break this thing.
This is why I'm not looking forward to this whatsoever. This is a whole side of the internet I've gone out of my way to avoid.
Down, because I want to see the crazies, and I want to see the lunatics and the people that are being masterly manipulated, watching Amberlynn Reed and Roxy fight. And I did not think in a million years I would see Amberlynn stand up for herself and fight like she did. But oh my God, it was epic.
Beautiful.
It was amazing.
It was beautiful.
It was amazing.
That proves to all the doubters that Amberlynn doesn't have what it takes or whatever to be on here, that she does.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It really does. It proves it.
Man. So here it is. Watch this.
It was my worst year for sure. That's when like the reaction channels started happening.
So this, in case you're wondering, these two are reacting to this video here at the top, which is another video from LOLCow Rebel, which is not Amber's show. Apparently this woman, well, okay, she's the only woman on the show here up in the little top corner, or the very center. Her name is Roxy. Now you know everything I know. But apparently Roxy goes in hard on Amber because Roxy's just saying what the rest of us have been asking for the past year. And apparently somehow this makes Amber I brave because Roxy calls her on her shit. I don't know.
And that's kind of when Girl World became a thing. But yeah, I've been in the center of all of it for sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure Scooter gives her intern plus. I can't stand that she has to stay in waiting. I don't have once. Better. What's up? Merry Christmas.
I feel so much better. I just got home from work. I was laying in bed listening, but
Nobody cares.
I just want to ask Amber. Listen, I don't have a problem.
All right, I lied. This woman is not Roxy. The new voice is Roxy. I have no idea who this woman is. I don't know. I will learn. I will learn. Some of you may know. I don't. There are too many exceptions here. Yes. It's like the salt, the girl in the salt container.
With okay.
No, that is Giggy in the top right. Roxy will pop in. Thank you, Knight. So apparently, my bad. That's in the in the little tiny box on the very, very top, where you now see 5 small boxes. The woman in the middle is named Giggy, apparently. Roxy just came in. She is one of the faceless boxes. She's the voice that you're hearing right now.
You belong in LCU. Like, you're a total piece of shit, just like LCU. I was a piece of shit in LCU. You will fit in good here. You will make so much hate money. My question to you is, me watching you since you were with Crystal, and you sat there and said, oh my God, people use me to make money. I've never made a video about you in my life, but I know everything about you. My question to you.
What?
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
everything. Look, I don't care if you're new to the Amberverse. Everybody's new once, right? Everybody's new, right? But maybe, just maybe, watch some shit before saying dumb shit. I don't care if you're new. Everybody's new once, right? But like, this woman looks very lost, very confused. What Roxy just said made absolute sense. Why do you look confused? Roxy just said, I've been watching you since the Crystal era. Ergo, I know everything about you that you've put online, implied. That's what that meant. It means a lot. It means she knows more about what's going on than you do. That's how that works. To be fair, Mr. has to wear shades when he's indoors because his future's so bright over here. I don't like Yo Mama, just putting it out there. Dude over here probably knows as much about Amber as Roxy's going to claim to know. So, you know, whether he tells the truth or not, Yo Mama does have the knowledge background. Does he use the truth?
I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Willful ignorance should be their new channel name. I would watch that channel, Mabel Moon. Her name is Gidgi, and it's pronounced Gigi. Gigi? Like brother? Anyway, there are a few people who have, pardon me, ass kisser. Do they get hired as an ass kisser? That's what I want to know. When they sign their contract, does it have ass kisser as their role? Like, I don't think there's going to be a lot of pro Yo Mama people in here, to be honest with you, but I mean, it's possible. Is Gigi, wow, that's not going to happen. Is Gigi Yo Mama's podcast buddy, or is she on LOLCow bus? I think, Uncomfortable Ginger, I think this is LOLCow Pit, a different show. And I think these two are the hosts of said show. And from what I'm witnessing, they're a fucking reaction channel. Don't worry, they're going to come for us. But this is a reaction.
Man.
Dude, can you imagine how happy this bitch was when she found out that fucking Amber was all alone at Rebels and she could go tear a new asshole and get fucking some attention for her channel over this? Like, my God, she's probably, she got wet as...
G-Show started making videos now after this whole controversy. Well, we'll play that in a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay.
You is me knowing you, how you start and stop and fail every little thing you've ever done in your life. What makes you think that you're going to succeed more than 30 days?
Gigi, I'm not really sure what's confusing about that. If you've been watching Amber for the past 15 going on 16 years, you would know that. And you would know that that's not an unrealistic statement. No offense. I know it seems weird, but those of us who have been watching this forever now, since the Crystal era, know that this is a pattern. She has a documented cycle for a reason. I mean, if you're going to step into this wheelhouse, either admit ignorance and be like, hey, I'm here to learn. Okay, most people will give you a pass, or educate yourself first, because you're talking out of turn. And one thing I have learned about this community, the hard way sometimes, if you come in here acting like you know shit and you don't worry, everyone will let you know. And some people aren't nice about it. And you're on a show called fucking LOLCow Pit. I'm just saying the kind of audience you're probably drawing are not the kind that are going to be nice about informing you when you don't know something. I'm just putting that out there.
Working every single day under Keemstar, being screamed at, yelled at, told you're a piece of shit, you're a retard, you're a moron if you don't do something right. What do you think you're going to do?
What I found wild about this whole, like, Roxy situation was that Amber hasn't even started with LOLCow Live yet, and she's already on her case. And yeah, this definitely gave the reaction channels what they wanted to see. My concern for Amber in this situation is like seeing all the screenshots from the Discord and that and all the information she's giving away. She's giving everybody ammo before she's even got on there. So I think she needs to be less forthcoming with everything, because she's just going to end up back in the same situation she was before. And if she really wants this to be a fresh start, then it needs to start fresh. So that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
That is.
I think Amber. I know that later, I don't know if it's in this video or if it's in one of Apathetic Facts' videos, Yo Mama makes a post in the Discord that they have that Amber was supposed to wait, something, Amber was supposed to wait until the show started, but she jumped the gun and went on LOLCow Rebel, yada yada, and talked out of turn and got into a fight with Roxy. Is Roxy on one of the shows? I don't know. Anyway, the point is, I know that he came on and said that, implying that Amber was supposed to lay low until her show started in January, but it really does feel like a publicity stunt. And Amber knows how to pull these kind of stunts. She's done it before in the past. She's done it her entire channel's life, right? And I know Keemstar is well known for these kind of publicity stunts as well. So I honestly feel like this shit is really Amber's leaked Discord voice notes and her behavior on the Discord, which honestly hasn't been that bad. And if you ask me, this crap here, her being on LOLCow Rebel, this just sounds like a publicity stunt for Amber's show that'll be starting on the 1st. That's all this seems like to me. It seems very staged, I guess is where I'm going with this. If you want to believe that it's not, if you want to believe that Amber's flying off the edge and that Amber really is this, I don't know, unhinged or whatever, go ahead. But I don't. I think this is all part of the manipulation tactic. This is all part of the drumming up interest in her show. I don't for a minute believe this isn't calculated in some way. Roxy is a guest. She can't not react. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know how many LOLCow shows there are, Misanthropic, but somebody up there was saying 8 or more. Well, Mabel Moon, I don't know. I'll put up with it as long as I can, or as long as Amber's on the show. And maybe I'll find somebody new to react to, but this whole, I know a couple of you asked me not to call this the LOLCow universe, but the fact that they have labeled themselves that is actually kind of fascinating. I know they're leaning into like the MCU universe. Like I know they're trying to like do that, kind of claim that franchise feel for themselves. And I was just kind of thinking about that as I was processing that earlier today. And I'm like, does Keemstar see himself as like Captain America or something? Is he Captain Cow? Like how is Keemstar seeing himself as the organizer of these shows? To be fair, to say something nice about Keemstar, because I really don't know that much about the man. I know I've heard him talk. I've heard him in clips. I'm not a fan of what I've seen and heard, but as far as like a channel concept and a business move, you can't knock it. He's got controversial personalities. He's got loud mouths. He's got people that are perfectly content to be on camera spouting ignorant bullshit and have no problems being perceived as being ignorant on the internet for money. I mean, you can't knock it. This is great drama television, you know, drama internet YouTube. So dude's got his finger on the pulse. I will give him that. It doesn't mean I like the content, but when I checked LOLCow Bus, it was at 10 point some odd K subscribers. I don't know what it started at, but when I subscribed, it was at almost 11K, right? So I don't know what all of his shows are going at, but I mean, if they're all kind of bringing that in, you know, lol, Captain Cow, Movengers, Herd. I don't know. I'm not good at this. Somebody said something here. Wait, no, well, I lost it. Anyway, I'm not ignoring you guys. I am, but I'm not. And hello, Zincat. Yes, I'm not dead. Zincat said, honestly, I think Amber feels very comfortable with these people because they remind her, and I'm sorry it seems stereotypical, but we've heard Aunt Tammy like her family. Yeah. No, I agree with that, Zincat. I really do. Keem is an awful person. I don't know enough about Keem to really have an opinion. I wouldn't be terribly surprised. He doesn't seem like he has compunctions about doing things when there's a price tag attached. Let me put it that way. Keemstar wants to Borg Girl World. He is a... okay. I have to be careful with what I read out loud these days. I feel like Keemstar sees himself as Jeff Probst? LOLCow Survivor? Oh, was that the host of Survivor? You know, that I'd watch that show. I didn't like Survivor, but LOLCow Survivor? I might watch that. Jerry Springer was a very... Yeah, exactly. Jerry Springer was a very popular show, so this is a great formula for cash. I mean... The numbers aren't good compared to Girl World. Well, yeah, Allie, but Girl World's dead right now. Well, Girl World's shifting. And I think actually Miss T here... I think Miss T here actually mentions that Girl World is... You know, all of the girls have been demonetized. So they're not making any money. If they can pull the girls onto these shows, we're all going to gravitate. Well, at least the reaction channels, or at least, are going to gravitate over there. You know, I mean, Apathetic Facts is doing the Lord's work, but there's going to be times where I'm going to need to watch this live, you know. Compunction. I mean, I'm just trying to be polite. Trying to re-channel those northern southern roots I've got. It's 1 a.m. in Germany. Aw, thank you. Go to sleep. Go get some sleep. Girl World isn't dead compared to LOLCow Universe. Really? Okay. All right. Well, see, I don't know a lot about LOLCow Universe. I'm going to learn, but I don't know currently much about it. Oh, Raven J. Compunction, a feeling of guilt or moral scruple that prevents or follows the doing of something bad. Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw down a $10 word. I apologize. The people who participate in these chats are awful. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have an audience like this. I'm not going to lie to you guys. One of the reasons why I don't interact with this part of the internet is because I am mildly concerned about attracting members of this audience. I have a very good audience. I like you guys. You seem to be able to self-regulate. Even when you're feral, you all seem to behave yourselves, at least in a way that is acceptable. I'm concerned about drawing attention from this audience over here. But I also have really good mods, so, you know, hopefully it won't be too big of an issue. I won't be watching it. Yeah, a lot of people, Cat Whisperer, are like that. They don't want to watch except through reactors. And like I said, I'm not going to knock Apathetic Facts. They're doing an excellent job of being a good filter. Probably will utilize them quite a few times, especially if these are like hour to 2 hour long reactions. I mean, I don't have the time or the willpower to sit through some of these. Semi-feral. A very organized feral, yes. Yes. Killed the zeitgeist. That's good. We're ridiculous, not atrocious. Yes, thank you. That's we're housebroken. Yes, Mabel, housebroken in like puppy pad kind of. I'm kidding.
I don't know, because I have never been in this situation before. And
Great answer.
I honestly don't know. If Keem comes at me and calls me names and stuff, it would shock me, because I don't know. Aww. I don't have an answer for you, Roxy, but I'm here. I'm trying it. He has begged me, and I have been called worse things.
Wait, a trash panda is a raccoon. Do you have a raccoon baby, Raven J? Or do you have an actual kitten that you pulled out of a storm drain? Because both of those are adorable.
Then the R word and everything you just named. I have been told to kill myself and that I should have been aborted, so I think I'm going to be fine with it.
Well, which is why I think you'll fit right in here, because you're right. A lot of people are told that in LCU, but I just want to know that you are going to be okay with, because you're going to get questions. People are going to ask you about your past and about how you abused your girlfriends and how you admitted to it and all the stuff, your undiagnosed BPD, stuff like that. That's what I want to know. How are you going to handle that?
Roxy, when you say that I've abused girlfriends and that I've admitted to it, can you explain yourself?
Well, you admitted.
Okay, look. Amber, I realize that you deleted your whole channel. You are documented saying that you abused your girlfriends. Those words came out of your mouth. They are on record. There are plenty of people that have reacted to those videos. They're documented. Don't try to walk this shit back.
To how you would put Becky on a timer when she was gone too long. How you would freak out on her if she didn't get you food. How you pushed what's her name? The last girl.
Now I'm gonna stop right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do. Please explain how this never happened. Gaslight me, yo mama, because I've been here since the Beck era, which is where most of this shit's coming from. So
I'm gonna stop right here.
There's a lot to digest.
And I love that the hate channels out there, because I'm pointing right at y'all, because I know.
Yo mama, when you point a finger, 10 fingers point right back.
Now that y'all pumping up Roxy after this whole little thing, and y'all throwing her up in the sky, and saying that Roxy is y'all new savior for the hate channels, I'm gonna say this to the hate channels. Maybe y'all need to do a little bit of homework, because you guys are praising Roxy. Roxy is talking about Amber Lynn putting a timer on her girlfriend. All
right, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm gonna get a little pissy right here, because yo mama's about to get very misogynistic, and I'm just gonna put a little trigger warning out for y'all. Oh, you're pretty when you're drunk. Thanks for joining the undergrads. Your mom is about to go on a tirade about female sex workers, and you're going to be able to hear from his voice what he thinks of that. And apparently Roxy claims to have been, may have actually been. I don't know. I'm just going to go off of what your mama's about to throw out there. But Roxy apparently has a history of being a female sex worker, and yo mama doesn't think that was great. So he's about to go on a kind of a tirade here about things that Roxy may or may not have done. He claims he has evidence that she admits to certain things, but unlike Amber, I don't know. And even though he claims he can provide evidence, he doesn't. At least not in this video. All right. Hey, side-eyed cupcakes. Welcome to the undergrads. Mwahaha. So just warning people ahead of time. This pissed me off. Not in a rage quit kind of way, just in a, oh, you really are that kind of a guy kind of a way. Yo mama definitely thinks that the thing between his legs is way more important than anyone else's. So cheers.
Roxy is the same person that came to the LCU and admitted that she used to be a stripper and she drugged men and robbed them. I'm going to say this again for the people in the back row. She literally came on Denmark's show and said she was a stripper who drugged men and then robbed them while they were on income. I'm just saying this, Miss Cardi B. You got a lot to say about somebody putting a timer on their girlfriend when you was out.
The hell did Cardi B do? I don't know anything about Cardi B. I know she's a musician. I know jack all about her. Anyway, first off, that's a hell of an accusation. I would expect something to back that up. That's a hell of an accusation. The problem with Amber denying that she didn't do certain things is there is Apathetic Facts probably has videos we could go look up and find Amber verbally admitting to the behavior that Roxy just accused her of. I know nothing about Roxy. Maybe this is true. I don't know. But if you're going to sit here and try to undermine someone's credibility by bringing up something unfucking related, it doesn't actually matter if Roxy was or even currently is a stripper, or if she did or did not do what he is accusing her of to her patrons. It doesn't fucking matter because it has nothing to do with the accusations that she's leveling at Amber. These are not the same thing. This is whataboutism. This is him trying to throw smoke so that you will conveniently forget about what Roxy just said about Amber. Okay? Roxy can be guilty of these things. It still doesn't change the accusations that Roxy has leveled at Amber that are provable. Okay? So I'm very sorry that you don't like women that you have to pay attention to you, yo mama. But it doesn't negate her point or any of the things that she's bringing up. It just points out that you think the lowest blow you can throw at a woman is to accuse her of being a sex worker. And that says a lot about you. Just saying. Anyway. I'm waiting for Amber to argue it's all AI videos now. I really do wonder if she's going to try for that, to be perfectly honest. I've barely looked at Roxy, but from my... Well, I don't know anything about Roxy. I don't even know what the fuck she looks like. Clearly, I thought that woman was Roxy. Not this one. The one in the center of the upper video was Roxy. I have no fucking clue. I don't care. Some people like that. I don't know. Okay? I don't care what you like. It doesn't change anything. Doesn't fucking change a goddamn thing that just came out of Roxy's mouth. She can be a fucking 2-foot tall dog wearing a trench coat. It doesn't change anything. Okay, anyway. Yeah, exactly, Dre Dreaming. Roxy isn't the one on trial here. And even if she was, her being guilty of anything doesn't change the accusations. It doesn't change anything. Anyway, sorry. I was ranting. I missed everything else. Hello, blue eyes, thick thighs. I think Amber really does believe that because she deleted all of her videos, no one can properly research her anymore. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, exactly. I really do think Amber thinks that since she took all of her videos down, that somehow she's hit the reset button. And I mean, as far as I'm aware, I haven't, don't get me wrong, I just haven't heard of a reaction channel getting demonetized. I've heard of videos being demonetized and or age restricted. I know several of my lives have been age restricted, but not demonetized. And not, actually most of those didn't have Amber in them. Those were mostly Rosie videos. So there you go for that. But it doesn't remove the video from the internet, right? That's still there. They're just not on Amber's channel anymore. And just because they're not on, her videos aren't on YouTube doesn't mean they're not archived somewhere else. I know there are like whole ass websites that just archive her shit. I don't go there, but I know they exist. Okay? So Tiny missed our discussion about how many fingers are pointing out. If you point a finger, 9 fingers point back. Yeah, victims of an empath. Again, I know that Snowflake, I know opinions on Snowflake are variable and that they've changed over time, but victims of an empath, at least the leading up to, I don't really like anything about Emily, but everything leading up to Emily, those are solid videos. Okay. I would like a cookie. All right, you guys are talking about things I have no idea what's going on anymore. Amber now thinks her words are not really hers if they're played on a reaction channel. I mean, they're still hers. They still came out of her damn mouth. If he can sit here and make accusations at Roxy and then later say, oh, I've got a clip I can play to prove that the accusation I'm making at Roxy's true, and that's supposed to hold up against Roxy, then us playing clips of old video of Amber doing and saying the shit that we said that she did and said, that holds up too. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. This is a two-way street. The other 9 pointing back, 8 if you're missing. Don't do math. I don't do math. We don't do math on this channel. No, I'm kidding. Oh, thank you, Susan. When did you sneak in? Hello, Susan. Hannah, Rex, Ezra, Art. Yep. And Canada Cool Pond too. Hey, Sacred Squirrel. Welcome to, I believe, the undergrads. Mwahaha. She did say that. Yep.
Out here drugging men and you were robbing them at the same time. And I want to say this again. You could have killed a lot of men doing that shit. Here you go. Thank you for the $5. Any Roxy, where you at? Where you at now, Roxy? You got permission to come up here and address that situation. You got see.
Okay. It still doesn't have any fucking thing to do with what she just asked Amber. Cool, dude. How about you address the accusations that you kicked and killed a cat and then made fun of your neighbor who apparently was the owner of said cat while that neighbor was burying said ex-cat? How about you address those accusations, yo mama? Because in my mind, you being an animal eliminator kind of negates everything that you might have to say forever. Because I don't like you. But I mean, how about you address those accusations? How you like them apples? Oh, those aren't real accusations? I don't fucking know if they are or not, but apparently I don't have to prove it, so I'm pretty sure those words did come out of your mouth because I've heard it from a million other fucking people. Putting it out there. Just saying. Shouldn't throw rocks at glass houses.
See, this is the thing I want to say, Sweet Tea, the hypocrisy. And this is what I pointed out in Girl World with these hate channels.
It's interesting because that's literally what I've been saying on this channel with all my videos about the reactors and the way they react to Anne Boleyn and the things we've discovered about these reactors, like the cover-ups with Dakota, their unseemly behaviours, the things they're saying, this, that, and the other, and they are building a narrative against Amber, which is literally like so biased and one-sided. And now everybody thinks it's 100% fact. And we've talked about that on this channel. And this is why I found this whole bit really interesting. Like, I'd never heard of your mama before, apart from, I think Amber briefly mentioned him at one point. But yeah, it's very interesting, his views. I don't know about him or his controversies. I know nothing about him, but I just...
Dude, Amber bobs Yo Mama's knob so hard. I don't know how you haven't heard her mention Yo Mama. Christ, at one point I thought they were dating. This is one of the things that, or one of the criticisms I have about the Cat's channel here. I understand what Cat is saying about how, especially certain reaction channels do go hard on various points of certain narratives. And I will say, I don't agree with Snowflake on certain things that he just keeps fucking harping on over and over and over again. It is weird. Certain things are, I don't know if he thinks they're funny or if he really is just creepy. Maybe he's just creepy. I don't know. But the point is, it comes off weird and I don't like it and I don't agree with it, right? And when it happens, I tend to say things because if I don't necessarily agree with you, I'm going to say that. I'm going to be nicer about it to Cat because I don't have anything personally against Cat like I do Yo Mama. But the point is, I don't have a problem saying when I don't agree with something. And I've said it a number of times when I've reacted to Snowflake stuff, right? So the point is, I get what Kat is saying about reaction channels focusing on one thing and getting very myopic and, you know, creating a narrative around that and not letting it go. I get that. I really do. But this is not the horse you want to bet on. Just throwing that out there. These people are on a channel called LOLCow for a reason. And it's not because they're upstanding citizens. All right.
Just found this very interesting. I don't know if he's a good person or not, but it was nice to see someone else have a different take on Girl World.
We're living in glass houses while throwing stones. This is...
Again, hello, Pot. This is the kettle. Winter C says, how do reactors get ALR to say things? She literally admits to these things. She does. She does. But Yo Mama's here to gaslight us all into believing that she doesn't. We're back to too many fingers. Yes, Susan, thank you again for the gifted memberships. The only reaction channels I've seen have presented the facts on Amber or at least gotten stuff directly from the source. Sane Minotaur, I mean, yes. The majority of the reaction channels that I watch because I trust them, or at least I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. There are certain channels that I do not watch because they tend to over-speculate. They tend to not specify when they are speculating or when they just are having a personal opinion on a matter. So I don't watch those channels anymore, but those channels do exist and they are fairly popular. So there's that. Oh, Southern Bonita, thank you. And Cassandra, welcome to the undergrads. Mwahaha. I just assume it's undergrads. I don't know. But welcome to the membership. Mwah. I promise to abuse you like every other undergrad on the planet. You're not against the ankle, never letting the rarity thing go. It's not that kind of a thing. The only reason why I don't like the rarity thing has nothing to do with it not being true. It's because it is and it hurts. That's my only thing with the rarity thing. I don't hate that people keep bringing it up. I hate that people bring it up because I have 3 cats of my own. I can't imagine having that happen to one of my cats. Like if I still had a cat missing, like if one of my cats got out, especially in the dead of winter, and I was never able to find them, I would still be fucking devastated. It's been a year. It's almost been a year. Like, I would still be fucking devastated. Okay? So, yeah. That's why it bothers me. You don't trust Frenchie anymore. And I'm not mad that I followed her as long as I did. You love Yabba and Charlie. I mean, yeah, everybody follows who they follow because they like them or they have their reasons for following them. And I'm not going to be here and be like, don't follow certain reactors. Who you follow is who you follow. You've got your reasons for it. I don't follow certain creators because I don't like them. And I follow other creators because I do. Or because I think I need to. So there's that. I don't know where the pumpkin came from, but all right. I've never watched these channels, but I find them pretty awful. Cat's channel is not awful. Do not associate these two idiots. I don't know if she's an idiot. Don't associate these two with Cat's channel. All right. Cat is just covering these two. Cat is a reaction channel. All right. So don't misinterpret this. But that's why I gave you guys the link to Cat's video. There are lots of videos on Cat's channel covering a variety of topics that have mostly to do with Amber and Girl World. She's not a snowflake. Okay, she challenges Snowflake regularly, so she definitely has a focus there. So there's that. But she brings up some interesting points. All right, just letting you guys know ahead of time. But this looks like it's going to be, in general, the next chapter in the Amberverse. So, you know, this is something we're going to have to get used to.
This is the crazy part about it. You know what I mean? These people out here are far worse than fucking Amberlynn Reed, but got the nerve to address her, putting a timer on her girlfriend. I want you to address that, Roxy.
So you think it's okay for me to time my significant other's time? You think it's okay for me to track the seconds that my significant other spends away from me? You think that's okay? Is that what I'm hearing? You think it's all right? You think it's all right for me to monitor every moment of my significant other's time? Is that what I just heard you say? Okay. Not surprised, but really? Because I can hear what you're saying in between the loud words.
I want you to tell me, why was it okay for you to drug men and then rob them? Huh? And
it doesn't fucking matter. Because it doesn't have anything to do with anything. I get it. You don't like women you have to pay attention to you. I get that part. It's okay. But also, nothing to do with Amber timing Beck when Beck wanted to step away. Which, by the way, Amber fucking admitted to. On camera. Not only in a video, but I do believe during a couple different lives.
And I don't even, and to be honest with you, I don't even know what you did after you robbed them. That shit is so fucked up. You was roofing guys with Miss Bill Cosby.
I wonder if you went into medical care.
Yeah, that's...
All right, now I think you're a bitch. Never mind. Doesn't everybody do? Time your significant other. Yes, I know. I have a little timer that I push the button on anytime my significant other wanders out of my line of sight. You must be back within 30 seconds. Scrolling up, trying to see what you guys are talking about. The pumpkin and skeleton are the only for chat and not for tiny. Oh, I think you guys. Oh, I didn't update it. Did I? Crap! I fixed the trout lips. I fixed it, but you can't see it. Do I have a pumpkin behind me? Anyway, I have no idea what's happening anymore. Can you post cast the link? Yes, I can repost this is the link to the video here. Do I have a skeleton behind me? Do I? Oh, this? Oh, it's stuck on my hat still. They're hair clips. You guys are awful. It's like playing those elimination games with my own crap. Mic up the pumpkin. It'll make me laugh. It makes me cough. It's my chair. Wait, did we determine that it was a kitten or a raccoon? At me and answer me that one, because I missed the conclusion of that conversation.
That's a crime. That's a criminal offense. You committed a crime, ma'am.
You could have killed someone.
Bullshit. Yeah, you could have killed someone. Those guys that you drugged, they can.
So's actually eliminating an animal's life, yo mama. So is also kicking an animal into extinction. That is also a crime. Just letting you know. Especially when said animal is not yours. I mean, it's still a crime if the animal is yours, but it's also a crime when the animal doesn't belong to you. So, I mean, that finger you got going there, just letting you know.
Literally file a police report on your stupid ass right now. You admitted to a crime, you fucking idiot. And you want to sit there and get on your high horse and then want to point fingers at Amber Lynn, put a timer on her girlfriend? Huh?
Yes, because that's called abuse. That's a form of abuse. It's textbook. It's monitoring their time. It's a form of control. It's textbook abuse. As is, kicking an animal into non-existence.
Get the fuck out of here. Go ahead.
Dude, I'm not going to ever fucking listen to a word she says after this one.
Yeah,
that is
I kind of feel the same way about you. Don't worry.
It's a criminal.
Disturbing. Like, I have never heard of anybody doing something like that.
Oh, and the fact, and you know what's really crazy? When she admitted that to Denmark, she was acting like she was gangster. She wasn't even apologetic for what she did when she was.
Raven J, that's hilarious. The vet tech said his eyes tilt up funny, so I feel like part raccoon, but they will say cat for insurance. Are you gonna name the cat Trash Panda, and then call him Trashy? Oh my god, that'd be amazing. But don't take my word for that. Dre dreaming, I wasn't going to go on that tangent, but I already did that with my partner. I already had that tangent with my partner. Yeah, I wasn't going to go there, but I'm glad you did, and I'm not going to stop you.
A stripper. She wasn't even like, you know what, I made mistakes when I was young and I was drugging men and robbing them and shit like that.
Being a stripper isn't a mistake. I'm sorry, I don't know who needs to hear that, but if you did strip, a male or female, if you did strip when you were younger and you regret that, I mean, that's cool, that's your life, and I'm sorry you feel that way, but it's not a character flaw to have been or to currently be a stripper. I know that Yo Mama thinks that because, I mean, look at Mr. Cool over here, but contrary to penis belief over here, it's not actually a moral failing to be a stripper. Male or female. I've known both.
She was like, yeah, I'm real gangster. You know how gangster I am?
Georgie! Oh my god! Raven J, I've never met this cat and I already love it.
Mark, I used to drug guys and then I used to rob them. Yeah. How old are you, you old decrepit motherfucker? You're not even...
I don't know. You tell me. How old are you? You look like one of those people that ages really, really well. So like you're going to be like 108 and you're going to look like you're 40. That's going to aggravate me a lot.
We're not even sorry for what you did to those guys.
Allegedly.
That's a fucking crime, you moron. Go ahead.
If Amberlynn Reed or Foodie Beauty or any of those did something like that and said something about that, that fucking police would be on the case. Like, they would probably go to jail.
If there was evidence that Amberlynn and or Foodie Beauty were drugging and robbing people, yeah, probably. People have tried to call the police on both of these women for animal abuse, abuse, but it doesn't go anywhere. So, again, maybe educate yourself a little bit before you open your mouth, but here we are.
You're not as famous. Nobody can fucking look into it.
Thank you very much. If someone can find the clip, that's GG's. Yes, I got the clip. I got it.
Yeah, where is it? I'd like to see it. Honestly, I don't care. Again, going back to my points earlier, the only reason why I say, yeah, I'd like to see it is because he's making such a huge ass deal over the fact that it exists, because he is literally throwing slanderous accusations at this person in an effort to discredit Roxy. That's all this is. Whether it's true or not, he's just trying to discredit Roxy and trying to shut her up because he doesn't like what Roxy is saying to Amber, because it can be proven what Amber has said, right? That is provable. So he's just trying to discredit Roxy. I honestly don't care if the clip exists or not, because it's irrelevant to the conversation. He could be arguing that the sky is made out of a multitude of blue butterflies, and it doesn't fucking matter. Amber still has admitted on camera that she set timers for Beck. She has admitted on camera that she has monitored the time that her exes spent separate from her. Okay? These are true facts that can be proven. It doesn't matter if he can actually prove that Roxy did come on to the LCU and admit that she said these things. It doesn't matter. Because they don't have anything to do with each other. Roxy could be Jeffrey Dahmer. It doesn't change what she just accused Amber of.
Matter of fact,
really?
The funny part is a lot of people glanced over it, but
yeah, Sane Minotaur. That's what people do when they don't have any debate skills. They just trash. Yeah, it's an ad hominem attack. And that's pretty much all. Why does he call himself Gigi? It's pretty much all Yo Mama's got is ad hominem. Because I've never seen him make an actual argument that could stand up on its own two legs. Don't get me wrong. I don't watch him. The only interaction I have with Yo Mama is when he happens to drift into the girl world side of girl world. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to have more interactions with him, but this is usually what I see of Yo Mama. He's loud, he's obnoxious, he's one of those people that seems to think if he's just louder and more obnoxious and yells more than you, then that somehow makes him correct and he wins. I don't know where people learn this kind of argumentation skill. Just because I'm not arguing with you doesn't mean you're right. It just means I don't want to waste my energy with you because you're an idiot. I'm not going to argue with somebody who clearly is not capable of actually arguing. This is not arguing. This is just yelling and attacking people because you don't have anything else. You have nothing else. So you're just trying to discredit and attack people because you can't actually defend the actual accusation because it can't be defended. It's true. Right? He's not even a good enough politician to put a fucking spin on it. You even heard him say, yeah, what's wrong with monitoring your partner's time? Everything. First off, it's weird. And secondly, it's textbook abuse. So everything is wrong with it. Unless it's something like, I need my partner to check in on me in 20 minutes because I don't want to be out with the people that I'm out with and I need an excuse to get away. That's a completely different conversation. But that's not what was happening. I saw my name. Hang on, I'll scroll up. I'm loud and obnoxious, but I'm barely ever correct. At least you admit it. All I have is ad hominem. That's what I compare people to corn. Corn. Corn that's been soaked in lime. Nom, nom, nom. Yeah, Shane Mender. Ooh, that's good. That's chocolate with cardamom. Yeah, police barely do anything about child abuse, let alone animals. Yeah, I mean... Exactly, Ghost Rabbit. He's exhausting. That's what he goes for. His argument style is exhaust you. You can't argue with him if you're too tired. I don't want to argue with you. All you're going to do is just try to run circles around me until it's like a boxing match. And you've got one guy who's got like the one punch knockout, and you've got the other little guy who knows that if I get hit, I'm going down. So the little guy just runs circles around the big guy, right? Because the goal is to just wear the big guy out so that when it's finally time to throw that punch, the big guy's too tired, right? That's what Yo Mama's doing. The only problem is that's an actual boxing tactic. This is just Yo Mama being loud. All he's got is loud. And it's not even good loud. And sunglasses. He's got sunglasses. You think he'd make a good politician? Really? You'd vote for this dude? Only people who have had, I think you mean dysfunction relationships in their life, think that control in any way is good. Yeah, exactly. You should not be controlling your partners. Hard stop. If you feel like you need to control your partner, you need to reevaluate your relationship. That's not a relationship. Yeah, like Amba and Choosy. It's one thing if your partner says, yeah, I'd like to play Choosy with you. It's another thing entirely when you make your partner play Choosy. I mean, I did it to my partner as a joke, and he was like, nah, I'm good. And he left. He didn't leave me. He just left the room. I was like, don't you want to look at my stickers? Raven says, yeah, people put on the spot in a debate often mock appearances or name call or try to cause confusion or embarrassment when they can't actually make a good point or their point is moot. Winter Sea says, from being wrong so much that the person just, fuck it, and he thinks he's won the argument. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, he definitely is one of those people that thinks, oh, if the other person rage quits or walks away, I've won. No, you haven't. You've lost. Because that's one less person who's ever going to give you the time of day. And you're just slowly whittling the amount of people who are willing to put up with you in any capacity down to the point where eventually no one is going to interact with you because you're just that fucking exhausted. And you're going to have this little corner over here. It's not even as cool as Allie's corner. It's just a corner in the dark where there's a wet dripping stain and you have to sit in the puddle. Allie's corner at least has a chair. Oh, he said, I don't mean vote for him. I just think he embodies what popular. Yeah. Yeah. I don't mean he'd be good at the job. Jordy did a Labubu Choosy. He brings up Jordy here eventually. I know we haven't gotten very far in this video. That's why I said I don't think we're going to watch the whole damn thing, but right, exactly. Winter Seas. It's dog logic. He barks at you. They bark at people until they walk away, and then they think, "Oh, I've won." Yeah, it's dog logic. He just barks at people until they walk past the window, and then he's like, "Ah, I've defended my territory." Have you? Have you though? You come from the corner. I am the darkness in the corner. Hey, Welmo, good to see you.
I played it on my
Congrats on the
stream when she
chair.
was on Cash, and she admitted to drugging. It's on one of my streams that I did, and I was confronting Roxy like, "Yo, Roxy, why you over here promoting that shit?" But I'll go back and
It doesn't matter.
Cash, and I'll get that for you guys.
It doesn't
It's on
matter.
Cash. Yeah, it's on Cash. She was with Denmark, and she said that she was, and everybody was calling her
Oh
Cardi
wait,
B
that's
in
The Rock. I can't do the elbow thing. I can't do the eyebrow thing.
the Discord, because But anyway, but I just gotta say that this shit's fucking wild. So
He's
I
a
just want to say to those
chihuahua.
hate channels that are fucking pumping up. Yeah, and
I'm more scared of chihuahuas than I am.
talking to you, Snowflake, pumping up Roxy as she's some sort of god. Well, you might want to find out who you promoting real quick.
Okay. Look, I know I have said the opinion of Snowflake has degraded over time, but I would watch Snowflake make a fucking documentary on Yo Mama. I would watch that because I want to watch this man piss his fucking pants. Thank you. Matter of fact, I would like to pass your name on to Omegon, because now that you've entered the girl world orbit, you will enter Omegon's orbit. And I know I am invoking the name of the Dark One, of the old one that dwells in the deep, but there are a handful of people that if they should ever make a documentary on me, I will just quit the internet. And Omegon is like top of that list, like real high up there. All right. So yeah, I would be okay with that. And I would be 100% okay with Snowflake making a documentary on you too. Because I would be really interested to see exactly what skeletons you have in your closet besides kicking a cat around like a soccer ball. I know I'm being a little graphic, but my point's standing.
You fucking moron! Before you're so quick to shit on Amberlynn Reed, but then when you get it from
Who just left? Bye. Thanks for stopping by. I'm sorry I missed you. Has anyone counted the corners? It's just a room full of corners, Moonlit. Ah, bye, Banana. Happy birthday to your hubby. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Omegon can be very funny, yes. Don't get me wrong. Omegon pisses me off too sometimes. He gets on my nerves sometimes too.
from the person like that, just know what you're talking about, you fucking idiot. But go ahead, let her keep going.
If you like Omegon's voice and accent, he's got, I think it's called Moisky Reads, I think. And he reads, he started off just reading like Lovecraft stuff, but I think he's branched out to other things now too. But he does just like dramatic readings of like old horror novels and stuff like that. Mostly Lovecraft, but I think he started doing some other stuff too. So if you just like his voice, he's got a whole channel where he does nothing but read.
I don't even know. You have too many girlfriends. I don't even know which
so,
one.
one, I've never pushed a girlfriend. Two,
didn't you admit to pushing Emily? Am I crazy? I'm pretty sure there was admitting to pushing Emily.
I've never said it.
1960
Even if he did, who cares?
$20. So glad you calling Roxy's AZZ out.
Thank you very much, Kylan. I'm
Yeah.
just, you know what? I'm just
I fucking hate whatever that is.
waiting for Roxy to get in waiting. I'm waiting for Roxy to pop up on this stream. Huh? You were so
Yep.
quick to pop up on Amberlynn. Why don't you pop up on here?
Sync
Why don't you pop
corners.
up that? She used to time her girlfriend and blah, 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 and Amberlynn this
Oh,
and
you
Amberlynn that.
pushed your girlfriend.
Oh my God.
Really? Okay. So, all right. It's, according to these two, it's okay to just, shove your significant others around. That's not a big deal. So physical violence is also A-okay. Monitoring your partner's time, totally cool. Shoving your partners around, totally cool. Being a stripper, bad. Okay. Glad to know where we are all standing. All right. Sex work, totally the wrong fucking thing. Pushing and abusing your significant others, totally cool. Glad we're all on the same page now. Well, welcome welcome to the interns, Jasmids. Mwah. Like to see Adonis Paul do some content on the girls. I don't know who that is, but I love the name Adonis. That's not an endorsement. I just like the name. I don't think she ever admitted to pushing her. I think she claimed she fell on her. Yeah, okay. I think she tried to play it off as a fall. Okay. She fell on Emily. All right, cool. If my husband did that to me, I'd knock him out. Yeah, I had a problematic boyfriend in the past, and I mentioned to him one time, I said, if you hit me, you best make sure you knock my ass out, because when I get up, you are dead. And that ended that conversation. But like I said, we've all had one, right? Most of us have had one, right? It's not just me, right? I didn't know he was married, Knight. Good God. That woman must have nerves of steel. Jesus. I don't want to say anything negative about his wife. I'm just saying. I wouldn't be surprised if he is, said Renita, but I'm not gonna. I don't know anything. Yeah, right. Violence is fine to them. Right. Yeah. Violence, okay. All right. Checking. I don't know if it's true, Southern Bonita. I don't know, but he is a tough pill to swallow. Yes. Not sometimes. And if this is your cup of tea cyanide cupcake, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. I don't like him. I think I've made that clear. If other people do, that's your thing. We're not going to see eye to eye on that, but that's okay. I mean, you're allowed to watch who you want to watch. Oh, don't tell me that, Night. Oh, that's awesome, Zingcat. That reminds me, I need to go stop over at Kofi. Congratulations for your first member for your art on Kofi. Congrats. Oh, you meant that for Adonis, that he's a hard pill to swallow sometimes. Okay, well, yeah, we're checking out maybe. Yep, exactly, Southern Bonita. Wanted to monitor my activity and whereabouts while off doing other things. Exactly. Usually how that works.
I know so much about you, Amber. Why don't you?
I just want to clarify that I do not agree with anybody pushing anybody, no matter the relationship or anything like that. I think it's a bit weird that they're downplaying that, but
a little.
Also, they are correct that this person who's trying to get up on Amber obviously has quite a checkered past, as all of these people do, including this.
I understand what Kat's trying to say here. We're going to switch back to, actually talking about Kat and Kat's actual points and not Yo Mama. Two separate things. I get what Kat's point here is that, a lot of in Kat's view, a lot of the reaction channels that come after Amber seem to have problematic or problems in their past as well. In that, there are no perfect people kind of a thing. That doesn't mean that they can't be critical. And that doesn't mean that they can't have criticisms of Amber. The thing to remember is a lot of the criticisms that are leveled against Amber can be backed up. The accusations of animal neglect and, to some people, ABSU. That if you have eyeballs, those things can be backed up. Her treatment of Beck in the past, the crap she said to any of her girlfriends, honestly, that's all documented, or it was, and it still is out there. You can still watch it. You can still see it with your own eyes. You can see Amber admitting in videos from the Beck era about how she treated Beck while she was in the throes of the BINGO monster. And Beck saying, yeah, you were really mean to me. There's documents of that in videos before Beck ever came out and did their, this was what my relationship with Amber was like, years after they broke up with Amber. Not immediately, years after they broke up with Amber. Okay? There are voicemails and text messages between Amber and Beck of Amber threatening Beck with legal action and I will ruin you and you better keep your mouth shut and just all that kind of shit. These things exist. It doesn't really matter if the person leveling these accusations at Amber has a problematic past or not. as long as it can be backed up, right? Now, when the criticisms are things like, why is Mr. Snowflake so fucking obsessed with what Amber smells like? I think he's joking, but it's still weird because it's a little obsessive. The washcloth thing. Okay, it's gross. Don't get me wrong. I don't like thinking about it, but I mean, she's a 600-pound woman with Tyrannosaurus arms. How else do we think she's going to wipe her ass? Can we just move on? I mean, I know a lot of people are mad about the whole, like, her using, Eric and Ricky's antique washcloths and using other people's property and being damaging other people's property. I get that part. That was I was gonna say shitty. That was not cool, right? I can get behind that, but like her continuing to do it into her own property, I don't care, right? That's her shit now. I didn't mean that. I mean, I did, but I didn't. Anyway. Okay, like, we can move past that part. We should move past that part. That's just obsession at that point. But when it comes to accusations of ABSU, these things can be proven from her own mouth. It's not like we're just making things up. So. Oh no, Southern Bonita. I think it... Don't think about the cat image too much, Allie. It won't make sense. It's like a MC Escher painting. It's true. That's true, Saint Minotaur. I said what I said. I did. So much poop talk. Sorry. Yeah, Cassandra, it just speaks to her character that she won't try using mobility aids, and we don't need to focus on the smell. Yeah, I mean, I really would rather not. Really would rather not. We know how much perfume she owns. You just speculate and move on with life. Anyway, but that's my thing here. I get that Kat wants us to be aware of the past and the histories of the reactors that are reacting to Amber. I understand that. And I don't think that that shouldn't be taken into consideration. However, the accusations themselves should be evaluated, and the evidence for said accusations should be evaluated. That's why when Emily came out and started doing, Tommy/Emily came out and started doing their bullshit, why I was incredibly skeptical, and I still am. And I know that has caused some kerfluffle between myself and a few of my viewers. And I mean, I get it. I do. I really do. But, you know, as time wore on, stuff came out. And as things started to come out about Tommy/Emily and unfortunately Rachel, which is another creator that Kat goes after. And I don't think her criticisms are unfair. You know, it made the things that I was uneasy about more evident to other people, right? So I do think the source is important, but so is the evidence, right? Hey, Wama, thanks for being an undergrad. Her lying. What did you say? Scrolling up. One thing I can't stand about Snowflake is him harping on about lying about the horrible things that happened to her as a child. Yeah, no, I know you're being vague. And that's another thing that I'm like, you know, I don't exactly like the way Amber tries to counter that. I think she's being just as hyperbolic as he is. But I don't know why he chooses to go after her about that. I don't see how that's working in his favor, kind of a thing. And I don't think he's the source for that challenge, I guess, is where I'm coming out with that. You agree Snowflake started taking things a little too far and had to stop watching him with Rachel? Yeah. Yeah, Cat Whisper, that is the universal I don't know. I never understood why Amber lies about stuff so easy to disprove. I don't know. I really don't know. And I'm not qualified to make that call. You haven't watched Snowflake since the Jen docu? I never actually watched the Jen one. Amber making Beck handle... Yeah. Yeah, Kalain. I mean, everybody's got their thing about the whole washcloth situation. So, this sounds like an alma mater acronym. Well, it's not. I'm kidding. It's stupid YouTube. That's what it is. They washed the washcloths. I thought she threw them away. Yes? No? I don't know. I don't know what she does with them, and I don't personally care. I don't care if she washes them and uses them 20 times, as long as they're clean. I even don't care about that. They're her fucking washcloths. I don't care. I literally do not care about her goddamn washcloths. Anyway, a bad source doesn't mean the evidence is bad. Right, Mammy Bell. But it does muddy it. Correct. It does. Yeah, Winter Sees Glitter does it as well. Lies about things that are easily disproved. You started watching Snowflake when you did the Jen documentary? I've never seen the Jen documentary. I started watching it, and I think there was a lot of text. I can't remember exactly. But I was listening to it because I was driving at the time, and since there was too much reading, I had to quit watching it, and I just never got around to it. Raven, yeah, ABSU does weird things to people's brains. It doesn't mean that they are lying about what happened to them as children. Her mom admitted to her history. Yeah, I mean, here's what I always say. You don't have to work hard to convince me that Amber has a fucked up childhood. You just don't. What exactly happened? I don't know. But she clearly has had problems. She clearly has had probably bad touching in her childhood. She's got issues that line up with that, in my opinion. I'm not an expert. Just, my opinion on the matter. I see a lot of behaviors in her that I would associate with that kind of behavior or that kind of trauma from childhood. So you don't have to work hard, right? You don't even have to work hard to convince me that there's something, the wiring up here ain't right, right? It's not hard. She just lies. So what the problem is exactly, I don't know. And she's also she's in her mid-30s at this point. She's past the point where she can blame her childhood. She needs to start growing, and she needs to start developing as an adult and taking responsibility for this shit. I get that she was dealt a shitty hand. I get that. I know I'm swearing a lot. I get that she was dealt a bad hand and she got a rough start. Like, I get that, right? Really. But the only person who can fix this is her. A fairy godmother isn't going to float down from the ceiling and tap her on the head and make everything right. It's just not going to happen. She's the only person who can fix her life. And it sucks, but it's true. And she has the time, or she had the time. She had the money. She had the access. And she did nothing. Not only did she do nothing, but she collected diagnoses and excuses and just sat around and whined about it. And I don't have sympathy for that. And I know that makes me a cold ass person, but I just don't have sympathy for that. As somebody who wanted that access and that time and that kind of money to be able to get help and didn't have that, seeing someone piss that away really makes me mad. So, there you go. I understand that there's correlations between obesity and I want to say IQ, but that's not the right word, but you get what I'm saying. I understand that there's that connection, but again, Amber's fucking 35-ish, here or there, 34, 35 at this point. She's an adult. She needs to take responsibility for herself and her life and her future if she's going to have one. Excuse me. There was one that the person was just so gross I had to switch it off. I don't know Ruby Skies. I haven't watched all of his documentaries. I know he's done a bunch. Did he do one on Chris Chan yet? Chris Chan's like tragic. I can't do much on Chris Chan. The Jen documentaries were rather serious. He didn't joke in those. Yeah, no, they didn't come off jokey. Well, I mean, by the time he got around to doing the Life by Jen ones, Jen had passed, so I don't imagine they were terribly funny. That was me with an awkward laugh. You tend not to make jokes about those who have passed. Jennifer Gwen Ann. Jennifer Gwen Ann is Life by Jen, weren't they? Yeah, a lot of people wish she would go to therapy and do the work, but she's not gonna. Also, ACES was founded because of the correlation between SA and severe obesity. Max is the best boy. Do I know what ACES is? I might, and I just don't recall. Yeah, Moonlight, you can't control how you were raised, but you are responsible for how you handle it. Yeah, when you become an adult. I mean, you just are. It sucks, but it's just the truth. You're the only person living your life. People around you can give you all the love in the world, but if you yourself don't do anything with it, then it's all in vain. Something that was said to me to finally start doing something. That's a really good quote, though. What is that? Jakeserfy? Yeah, that's a good one. People around you can give you all the love in the world, but if you yourself don't do anything about it, it's all in vain. That's a really good point. I mean, everybody around you can support you, but if you're not willing to help yourself, it's if you won't stand on your own two fucking legs, nobody can do it for you. It's about Ash. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Becky's Hubley. Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't know if I 100% agree, but I definitely don't disagree. She certainly wasn't doing herself any favors. I don't know. Jen also had issues. All of the girls have issues. Adverse childhood experience. Oh, that's the test thingy that she took, isn't it? I don't think I've ever had one of those. I'm too old. Back in my day, they just slapped a label on you and gave you some pills. No, I'm kidding. I'm absolutely kidding. You'd like an update on Jean? Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure you won't like it. To be fair, she struggles to stand. Why, Uma? Bad. Right, exactly. You don't get to that size without issues. And I don't think everybody has... You're fine. I don't think everybody has the same issues, but I think there are definitely reasons why people get to that size. All right, let's see. What are we doing here? All right, I'm about tired of his ass. I'm not gonna lie. All right, I'm gonna put this in the thing one more time. This video that I've been ranting at is 55 minutes long, and we've been watching it at time and a half speed. So that tells you how far we've gotten into this. I'm just gonna jump us ahead a little bit. Not to, oh yeah, let's do the Jordy part here. I think right about here. Oh, don't tell me that, Max, the best boy. I don't want to know about my future health problems. I'm just shooting for 60. Jen posted an off-track day where she was crying and saying, yeah, okay.
World. I hope you're finding it interesting too.
So again, I'm gonna give you the heads up, and I'm gonna give you some of the hate channels that you are going to be running into with.
Okay, so I've skipped us ahead quite a bit, just FYI. I don't think she plays this woman. I already don't like this woman. I'm sorry. Yo Mama is going to start listing off reaction channels that he views as hate channels. I don't really care how he classifies people, but I'm just giving you guys where we're at. again, if you want to watch the whole video, and I do recommend that you do, whether you agree or not, I do recommend going and watching the whole video. I've put the link in the chat one more time. And the link that is pinned, however, is to the Discord. If you want to join, it's not my Discord. I am in the Discord. Comment Sense moderates it. And there, if you join that Discord, I believe that's the 18 plus. Let me double check before I say something stupid. Shelby. Yeah. Okay. So this is the 18 plus Discord. I don't think anybody here is under 18, but when you join, the bot will give you directions. You must follow them or the bot will kick you. Nothing personal. It's just the way the Discord's set up. So FYI. But you're all welcome to come and join. If you join and you cause problems, I will disown you. Because you won't be the first. But don't be Rosie. Let's just put it that way. Cyanide Cupcake. Yeah, pretty much. Who's the woman? Fat old housewife. It's a terrible name. I'm so sorry. This woman's name, I believe, is Sweet Tea. That's what they've been calling her. Is Sweet Tea. She's apparently the co-host. There we go. I have flips again. Bong. She's apparently Yo Mama. Yo Mama is the guy with the sunglasses. She's Yo Mama's co-host in this show, which is called the LOLCow Pit. Not to be confused with the show that Amber's going to go on, which is LOLCow Bus. So, but they're all part of the LOLCow network. Now you know pretty much everything I've got. The pumpkin does not approve. No, the pumpkin does not approve. Yeah, never go full Rosie.
Lynn Reed. Now here is one, the reason. She is one, again, this is the whole reason why Roxy did that whole Amber Lynn thing, you know what I mean? Is to promote her own channel, basically. And now look at Roxy's channel. Amber Lynn Reed. Here is them praising Roxy.
It's for Amber Lynn Reed, since she's lying about everything. So please subscribe to her. It's Roxy Unfiltered 716.
See? So now that
So what you're telling me is that Roxy, after accusing Amber of a bunch of shit and Amber saying, no, I didn't do that. What you're telling me is Roxy created a video of Amber admitting to all the shit that Roxy accused her of. So what you're telling me is that Roxy was able to back up the accusations that Roxy leveled at Amber and Amber denied. That's what you're telling me? Just making sure that we're all on the same page. So what you're saying is, when Roxy makes an accusation, probably I'm not going to go watch Well, I might go check it out. Probably I'm not going to subscribe to Roxy. Have no reason to. But maybe I will just to piss you off. Will that make you mad? Because if it will, I will subscribe to Roxy. But that being said, even if, after all of this ranting, Yo Mama still put out a video, put out 1,900 videos, where all it was is just that one fucking clip of Roxy coming onto the LCU and admitting to being a stripper who drugs her Johns and steals from them. Doesn't change a fucking thing. Doesn't matter if he makes 100 videos of it. Doesn't matter if he makes one. Doesn't matter if he never backs up the accusation. Doesn't change anything. Okay? Because it had nothing to do with it. All that matters is that Roxy leveled accusations against Amber, Amber denied them, and Roxy produced evidence to the contrary. That's how it works. Everything else is just background noise. Anyway,
the hate channels are going around and advertising Roxy and telling people to go sub to Roxy's channel because she took on Amber Lynn Reed on Rebel. And I want to say this.
I don't care if you go sub to Roxy or not. I don't even know what Roxy's channel is. If you're sub to her, I don't care who you watch. I'm not one of those people. I mean, if you're subscribed to Shani for Christ because you're like Shani for Christ, we might have issues. Just don't tell me about it because I really don't like her. But other than that, I don't care. Okay? I really don't.
She knew what she was doing.
Exactly. And I want to say again to you hate channels, you got so much to say about Amber Lynn Reed, but again, I want you to address why Roxy out here drugging men and shit like that and leaving them.
Doesn't fucking matter. There, done. Addressed it.
But naked on the curb and stealing their wallets. But go ahead though. Y'all live with that.
Yeah.
Every time you mention this, you add a new detail to it. Was she like drugging them on the side of a street and leaving them in the gutter to drown in their own spit while they were drugged? Still doesn't fucking matter. Was she drugging them in the back room where she was stripping? Again, doesn't fucking matter. I just want to point out that every time he tells this story, he adds a new detail, which is usually the sign of a made-up story. Putting that out there. As someone who used to debunk shit for a living, I'm just putting it out there. This is a classic sign of someone making shit up. Anyway.
It is pretty alarming that before they open their mouths, they don't research some of these people. Like I said, I've been trying to look into some of them. They are some very unpleasant people in here. I couldn't find anything on Your Mama, but I did have a look before I did this video because I don't want...
Here's my question. I know more than I care to about Yo Mama. And I know that Kat is a new channel. And I know Kat hasn't been around. I don't think Kat's channel is a year old yet. But that doesn't mean that Kat hasn't been part of Girl World or part of the Girl World universe as a viewer. How is it that there's nothing out there about Yo Mama? Is it just pretty hidden? Yeah, Shani's frightening. We don't even like eyeball Shani. I say her name in order to like, it's like, you know, the power of Christ compels you kind of a thing. You did just out of curiosity. You can unsub as fast as you sub. I mean, I don't care. Go sub away. I don't care. Follow every reaction channel out there. You have fun with that. So I support international espionage. What are we espionaging? Define espionage. No, I'm kidding. Ooh, cyanide cupcake. Woo. Woo. I found out that they existed, and that was enough for me. I was like, nope. I'm not one of those people. Straw man argument. He should change his name to Straw Mama. Yes. Yes. Sounds like he's coming from personal experience, or maybe he was, yeah, exactly. Ghost Rabbit. He sounds a little bitter. A little bitter. Oh, you archive Shani? You know, Graveyard Flowers, somebody's got to, and I'm not going to knock it. Somebody has to keep track of these things. And that honestly is the Lord's work. I cannot handle her at any level. Just the thought of her makes my skin crawl. So, I mean, props. Martinez, and he would... Ooh. Hey, Scarletters! I live... Whoops. Anyway, back to Kat's video. I'm so glad to see you.
Advocate for people who could potentially be problematic. And as I'm not, an OG of Girl World, people might know more about him. And that's why I'm asking all of you if you know anything about him. But I did find it interesting how much he had to say on the reaction channels. And I did watch a couple of his videos where he's talking about the reaction channels coming for Amber and going way too far. And
this is something else I pointed out in my comment on Kat's channel, is that Yo Mama spins stuff. Like I said earlier, he could have been a politician.
And I believe it's very important to be aware of that. Like, so before I start following someone on YouTube, for example,
Oh, Raven. Dude. There is not enough alcohol in this world to prepare you for Shani. Take your holy water, take your garlic, take your sharpened ashwood sticks. Man, I am not kidding. The woman is foul. And her husband, Rev, is... Oh.
I do a little bit of research. Like, I'll go on Reddit, or I'll look up like controversies and things and weigh up my options from then. So I don't fall into the trap of following somebody who is morally wrong and potentially unstable, like we've seen with the reaction channels recently with Amber. So yeah, I'm finding this very fascinating. Like someone else's opinion on something similar that we talk about on here. But yeah, let's keep going.
And here's another person. And here's another person you're gonna have to deal with. And her name is Karina Kaboom. I call her Karina Bullshit. She's an...
Dude, just say the channel's name. Fucking A. You don't see me over here. I have said numerous times I don't like you, and I still have not butchered your name out of just sheer spite.
Another person that's just going to attack. This was her the other day when she found out that Amberlynn Reed is going to be on LOLCow Live.
Whenever she threatened her audience and said, oh, well, you took a picture of me. My audience wants to call the police. This is illegal, which it's not illegal to take a picture of somebody out in public.
All right. I don't agree with Karina. I very rarely do. I don't agree with Karina on this.
The idea is she lied to her audience when she told them, yeah, I don't care if you come up to me. I don't care if you take pictures of me. You see that she genuinely is bothered by this, but she was lying.
And I'm going to say this again, Karina, dumbass, because that's what I called.
And I see you, Sen Minotaur. I see you. Hey, Jody, good to see you. Yes, I am not dead. I am actually mostly healthy. Who else snuck in here? H. Hoyter. Those people are meaner than the meanest reactor. I know, but they want to make us seem like the Antichrist. I did dabble in that one, Rex. I did. I do like it, but I'm not going to sit here and call him that to his... Well, okay. I'm not going to do that. I do like the name, though. We're not going to lie.
Oh, Karina, dumbass. She's another hate channel. I want to say this again. When Amberlynn Reed said that...
Karina doesn't like Amber. And maybe Karina does, but Karina's got a formula. I don't like it. It's fine. Karina has a lot of real... Karina's got a strong following, has a good strong channel. So obviously the formula works, is what I'm saying. The point is, I don't agree with Karina on this whole photo thing. And this is one of those times where I'm going to point out, this is what Yo Mama does. Yo Mama uses 65% truth. I'm doing math in my head. And then the other 35% of that, yeah, that adds up, right? He twists like a pretzel. It might not even be true, but he'll twist it and bend it and macrame the shit out of it to get what he wants out of it, right? So even though I don't agree with Karina and her whole, oh, Amber lied about not being okay with you taking her picture. No, you're taking what she said out of context. I agree with that part of this statement. Karina is taking what Amber said out of context. Amber said, I don't mind if you come up to me and ask to take my picture in public. Not, I don't mind if you take my picture in public. And then Karina's on her ass about, apparently, on her ass about being mad about the guy who came up in the laundromat and took the sneaky pictures of her back end, because apparently we needed to see pictures of Amber's ass because we don't know what that looks like. I'm not okay with all of these like sneaky spy pictures of Amber out in public. I don't care. Amber's out in public. Let her be in public. It's fine. I don't care. And I don't understand why people get such a thrill out of taking those kind of pictures, but they do. And then you have people like Karina making statements like this. Oh, well, she said. No, she didn't. She said, it's okay if you want to come up to me and have a picture taken with me. That seems like a legitimate thing. If you want to walk up to me in public and say, hey, can I take my picture with you? Yeah, that's one thing. You're asking permission. To stand 20 feet behind me and take a picture of my ass and then post that picture on the internet, that's a totally different statement. Anyway, so no, I don't agree with Karina here. But now this dude, this dude's going to go further than I would ever have gone. There's a difference between me saying, no, Karina, I don't agree with you, and this is why, and what he's about to do.
That she is uncomfortable with people taking photos.
Don't macrame the truth about how many fingers you have. I have 10. Maybe 11. Look.
Of her. She was meaning the time that man took a photo of her at the laundry room and got behind her and took a photo of her ass. You remember that, Karina Kaboom? She doesn't mind if you come up to her and say, hey, Amberlynn Reed, I'm a...
And this woman not knowing that that's what this guy's talking about. And first off, I think it was a woman who took the picture of him. The guy took a video. Now that I'm getting my memory back here. Either way, you not knowing that bothers me. You're basically just trusting him to tell you everything, which means you don't have an original thought of your own. If Yo Mama doesn't tell you something, you don't know what to think. And that bothers me a lot. It means you don't challenge him ever. It means whatever the name of this LOLCow pit show is really just the Yo Mama and Yes Man show. And I don't like it. Anyway.
Fan or, hey, Amberlynn Reed, can I take a photo with you? She doesn't mind that. But when you're sneakily...
That's obvious.
Yeah, when you're sneakily at a laundry...
Is it obvious? Is that obvious?
Mat, and she's there and she's doing her laundry, and you're a man and you creep up behind her without her knowledge and take a photo of her ass, and then...
I'm pretty sure he was taking it. Not that it makes it any better. I'm just like a stickler for details.
Put it up on the internet. You don't find that creepy, Karina Kaboom? You don't find that as a violation? I think that's a violation.
No.
Right?
I mean, that is wild. That is wild that Karina said that. And, you know, he is right in this example. That is really creepy and weird. And, like, if that happened to any of them, there'd be an uproar. Like, 8 Discord messages came out with things they said, and they all said they felt violated.
And here's where I don't like Kat lumping all of the reaction channels together. I don't know who they are. She's lumping Karina in with they. Karina was never part of the Discord that Rachel and Hecticana, Jawbone, and Deets were all part of. And that's usually the reaction channels that Kat's talking about, because Kat really focused on that whole debacle. Cool, fine. It's fine. I don't mind. But lumping all reaction channels into that group is unfair. First off, that's not every reaction channel in the Amberverse. That's not even like scratching the surface of the reaction channels in the Amberverse. And most of those channels are barely 2 years old. Most of them weren't even a year old at that point. So that's not even fair. Like, anyway. And now to throw Karina's channel in there. Karina, I don't know if Karina's an OG, but Karina is definitely one of the older reaction channels in the Amberverse. And now to lump Karina in with that group, we need a name for that group. The Discord group. The Discord Dishonored. That's a false equivalency. And it's not a fair comparison, right? So here's why. At the time that occurred, not to keep bringing Zachary Michael up, but at the time that occurred and that video and those pictures of Amber at the laundromat came out, myself, Zachary Michael, Kicking Geese, who else was I watching at the time? I think, don't hold me on this one, but I do believe Obese to Beast, those channels came out and said, this is weird, don't do that, it's creepy, we don't like it. And that was just reaction channels. There were other individual people within the Amberverse on on Twitter and inside, I think there were still active Reddits at the time, who were like, no, this isn't cool. Don't get me wrong. There were still people who were like, oh yeah, this is great. But there were a lot of people who were like, no, this isn't cool. We don't like this. Don't do this. So to make a blanket statement like this and saying, oh, well, if this had happened to the reaction channels, they'd all be pissed off. Reaction channels were mad. Reaction channels didn't like this. Reaction channels did speak up about how they didn't like this. Individual members of the Amberverse who were not reaction channels made it known that they didn't like this. This was not a universally accepted thing. People didn't like it and still don't necessarily like it when these weird ass pictures of Amber pop up in public, of Amber in public pop up on the internet, right? There's still a lot of us that don't like it. So to lump us all together and to just say that, oh, well, if that had happened to one of us, we'd be furious. Yeah, I would be upset because I don't think it should happen to anyone. I don't want it happening to me. I don't want it happening to Karina. I don't want it happening to Amber. I don't want it happening to anybody. Okay? I don't like it. So I don't like her doing that. And again, it could just be lack of exposure to how big the reactor community of Girl World is, because there's a lot of channels, right? And if you're a newer person in Girl World and you got sucked into Girl World by some of the newer channels, you may only know the new channels. It makes sense, but don't judge, especially the OG channels and, you know, some of the, I wouldn't call myself an OG channel by any stretch, but like some of the like mid channels, I guess I'm a mid channel. Don't judge us by the same brush because we're not the same channels, right? Anyway. Or the B Squad. I don't know, but they're definitely, I mean, I wasn't asked to be part of the Discord. I'm kidding. I'm terrible to her and the girls. I own it. If they can't take it, they shouldn't dish it. And I'm no pansy. I mean, like I said, some people don't have a problem with it. Some people are like, she's in public, and they're right. At least in the States, there are no laws against those kind of things. So no laws were broken. You know? It doesn't mean I have to like it. You guys are talking about animals. Okay. With LOLCow is through you and a couple other reactors. I don't know how much we're gonna have to put up with. I don't know how much we're gonna have to put up with. Fuck, Yo Mama. I don't know. I don't know yet. Karina seems to fly solo. Karina's got her own thing. Karina's got a very loyal following. I'm not coming for Karina. I'm just saying I don't agree with her in that aspect. Right, Moonlit Novel. Just because she's not a decent human doesn't mean you have to not be either. And that's the point Zachary Michael made when that whole thing went down. He was like, if you remove Amber from the equation and this was like your sister or your cousin or some other female member of your family and you found out that this had happened to them, how would you feel? And I mean, it would be creepy. So someone did that to me at work when I was a barista and my coworker almost went over the counter at the man. I mean, it's weird. And some countries do have laws against it. We're not one of them. And Amber lives in Oklahoma, so she's an American. We don't have laws protecting you against that here. We actually have laws stating quite clearly, if you're in public, you're screwed. So, you know. Right, just Max says, just because Amber is terrible, that doesn't mean we have a blanket permission to be terrible to her. It says more about you as an individual, about how you're going to treat Amber than it says about Amber, in my opinion. Okay. How you treat others says more about you than it does about the person. I don't like Amber. I think she's a terrible person. I think she's a bad pet owner. I think she's a horrible representation of mental health. I think she's terrible to her partners. I have a lot of reasons that I don't like Amber. I'm still not going to treat her any worse than I would want to be treated myself, because I would like to think somewhere somebody might have compassion for me. You know, does that mean I'm going to go out of my way to be nice to her? No, but I'm not going to go out of my way to be shitty to her either. Don't get me wrong. I've called her out a number of times. I've said nasty things to her in my videos because I feel like they were deserved, but I feel like I'm going to have to take this off my hat and put it over here when I put the hats up because the cats want their chair back, so. Aw, thank you, Cyanide. I appreciate that. On New Year's and the 4th, not to leave pets out unleashed because fireworks. Yeah, if you got pets with the fear of fireworks, don't. I'm very fortunate. My animals have never had any problems with fireworks, but. Karina's entertaining and likes to ride the line, not evil like some entertaining channels. I don't think Karina's evil. I really don't. I think Karina speculates without mentioning that she's speculating. And that annoys me. That's my personal opinion. So it is their chair. You're right, Scar. It is their chair. Yeah, I have taken their chair. My hats do occupy it. Only the pumpkin can have the chair. The cats will cuddle with the pumpkin. Anyway. I want him to get to Jordy, and then I think we're going to wrap up.
Their privacy had been violated, and, you know, they were victims of, like, people stalking them and stuff after one incident with 8 messages, but then they're happy to get photos like that. of Amber and meddle in her life and dox her and spread hate about her is just wild. The contradiction, it's just insane.
Because she said that she likes it when people take pictures of her in public.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It depends on how you it depends on how you take pictures of me in public. If you take pictures of me in public where I know you're taking a picture of me, or even if you want to take a side shot, or oh, your mama there, blah blah blah, that's fine. But don't creep up behind me, bro, and then take a picture of my ass and then post it up on the internet. That's the kind of shit that's very creepy. But go ahead.
I mean, I hate having to agree with him, but
it's extremely creepy, and I think every woman should stand behind her with that one. I don't see how any woman could not stand behind her with that one.
Okay, first off, fuck you. I hate when people do that. If you're a woman, you should have to stand with every woman ever who ever did anything because you're a woman. No, I don't. No, I don't. As a matter of fact, I'm allowed to be critical of other women. It's okay. Fuck you. But no, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with that kind of behavior. You're just on my nerves. Anyway.
These crazies, these people are lunatics. Again, everything that they talk about, they're psychopaths. That's why they brainwash people like stupid ass Booster Gold. They brainwash.
The comic book character? What the fuck did Booster Gold do? I'm assuming that's a reactor or something.
Bro, they brainwash you to believe that somebody is so evil. This is the same guy that said he wanted a Chris Benoit fucking Stakes family. Basically, Chris Benoit who killed his wife and killed his kid while they were sleeping. This guy said those kind of words, but he's going to fall on the I can't do the Amber Lynn Reed thing. Get the fuck out of here, Booster. Nobody gives a fuck about you.
He also said publicly that he wanted to watch my house burn down with me inside of it, and then my kids got took away from me.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm guessing we're not talking about the comic book character.
he says the most sick shit. I don't know. I can't remember what he said to Rastoff, but he's known for saying like really crazy, like threatening shit. So he has absolutely no room to talk.
Yeah. And somebody said something about somebody said something about Walmart does take every angle of photos of you. Yeah, that's true. But what I'm saying is, if you're
that's different.
But I'm saying if you're a man, right?
Oh, is Booster the one that quit because Amber joined and someone was like, or Amber was like, why doesn't Booster like me? And someone was like, because Booster likes animals. And I was like, wow, that's straight and to the point.
And you see a woman,
speak up to a woman and take like a painting shot of her,
and you take a shot of her ass, bro. Like, what do you even the guy that took that photo? And let me tell you, he got me. The guy that took that photo, I didn't know he was watching my video. I said something crazy about him, sweetie. The guy that took that photo of her ass was watching my video because I was.
It was a video. The woman, it's a video. The woman took a picture. His wife, took a picture of Amber sitting at the laundromat. I'm sure there's more than one picture. I'm remembering this correctly, am I not?
Talk about him, and I said something crazy about him, and he got my.
No, Allie, you're not the first one. I was like, Booster Gold, what?
A channel.
Is Blue Beetle gonna come in too? Is there a Blue Beetle now? Okay.
He got my video taken down, but his girlfriend didn't know that he took a photo of her ass. She ended up breaking up with him after that. So I mean.
That is wild that this person had the audacity to make him take his video down about him, but can take a random picture of a girl's ass and put it on the internet. What kind of world are we living in, guys?
Oh, something good.
America. I'm sorry.
God, yeah. What a fucking creep. Yeah. Like, every woman should know that is not okay. Like, I seen this cop video where this guy was taking pictures of women's skirts, like their asses, and like trying to get under their skirts. Like, trying to, but like he would get mostly just like the back, and he still got put in jail for it.
No, he didn't. Was it the state of Washington? This was back in my criminal justice college days, so this was a while ago. But there was a guy who was taking, in the U.S., who was taking upskirt shots. He had gotten a camera on the toe of his shoe, and he was taking pictures up women's skirts, and he had gotten caught. And he had gone in front of the judge, and the judge had decided that he wasn't violating any public indecency laws or any privacy laws because women were wearing skirts. And they were wearing the skirts in public. And since the skirts were exposed underneath them, the women should have no expectation of privacy for what is underneath the skirt because the skirt is open. That was the ruling decision in the United States about men taking pictures up women's skirts. So I don't know what she's talking about, but I clearly remember that from my criminal justice classes when I was in college. Maybe things have changed. That would be fabulous. Don't get me wrong, because finding that out really pissed me off. Because it basically tells you you have no privacy over any part of your body if you are in public at least in the United States, including if you're wearing a skirt in public. A dude can basically run up, flash your panties, take your picture, and there's nothing you can do about it. But that was here. So if that has changed, that would be fabulous. Please update me. I would love to see the court ruling on that, because honestly, that has pissed me off since I was in college, and that's been a while. So, but last I recall, again, long time ago, that was the court ruling in the United States as to bodily autonomy in public for women wearing skirts versus men with cameras.
Like, that's not right.
Speedy Bird said Karina Kaboom cashed out to live last night. Yes, awesome.
No.
And you know what? And let me tell you something, sweetie. I'm sorry. I don't want Amberlynn to be on. I don't want Amberlynn Reed to be on bus. Honestly, when I brought Amberlynn in here, I wanted her to be on LOLCow Live. I wanted her to be on LOLCow.
Like I said, Cyanide Cupcake, it was a long time ago. I am older than I appear. So if that has changed, I would love it. But at the time, the ruling was the picture upskirt was not a violation of privacy.
LOLCow Live with Keemstar. And what I always wanted, I always dreamed of.
Moonlight Novel said, I heard at one point it's a problem in Japan and that their phones don't allow flash to be turned off. Is that to alert you that someone's doing it so you can turn around and kick them in the face?
Was Keemstar bring up...
Amber was a criminal justice major. I was a minor. Amber's got one up on me, BJ. I, however, finished my degree. Common sense. Raven says, my boyfriend was horrified by I think that's boyfriend or my best friend. Anyway, was horrified by American girls not having shorts on under their skirts here. Actually, that's one of the reasons I wear shorts. A, they're more comfortable under skirts, and B, yeah. I mean, I guess you could take a picture. I don't know why you want to, but if you did, you're just going to get a picture of a pair of bike shorts. Some guys are into that. Can I punch him? Would yo mama? I mean, I guess. That's actually illegal. What about people who take pictures of people in bathroom stalls? There's actually you have a perception of privacy in bathroom stalls. So I believe that would be against the law. We ladies sometimes have to do for ourselves. I got groped in a crowd in Vegas and made the man do a soprano. Good for you, Max. Saint Minotaur. No, I haven't even really done that much. Oh, I do have fangs, yes. Yeah, technically bathrooms are expectations of privacy. Therefore, many current laws have this expectation of privacy rules. Yeah, that's why you really aren't supposed to be taking like bathroom selfies on the off chance that you catch someone in the background. Like, yeah, you're theoretically taking a picture of yourself and your cute outfit, probably, but the off chance that you accidentally catch someone else in the background could get you in hot water. So just don't do that. Or don't put that picture on the internet. You know, maybe don't share everything you do on the internet. That would eliminate 90% of the problems people have these days. Anyway, I have a Japanese cell phone. You cannot deactivate the photo sound or video start. Interesting. God, can you imagine? Maybe we need that here. Excuse me. I wear them under the stop chub. I mean, yes. They're good for that too. I used to have to wear them for that reason. And now I just wear them because they're comfortable. I'm just used to wearing them now. Oof. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just gotta get physical with me. Don't listen to me. This king of anything. Hello, everyone. When did the live start? Oh, 2 hours ago? 2.5 hours ago now? This is if someone grabs me, something on them is about to get broken. I mean, I think technically if they contact your body, like if they physically touch you, that is a violation. Physical touch is a violation because that's... You have an expectation to not be physically touched. I don't know. I don't remember all of the legalese, but Since the camera itself is not physically touching you, it's not a violation. Wording is very, very important in these situations. But like if someone comes up and gropes you, they have technically violated. That doesn't give you the right to then turn around and swing. But should you do so, you have an excuse? I don't know. I am not a lawyer. Elevator selfies are better anyway. Yeah, usually the mirror's better anyhow. More funhousey. This also applies to businesses inside walls. Oh, really? They are considered private establishments, and one should ask the business if it's okay to... Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you go inside a shop or something, I always ask if I can take pictures. It was why Target could ask people to leave if they were not masked. Yeah. I would live in Alabama. It's not recommended here. I mean, any place where there's a concealed carry law, you probably shouldn't go around violating people or doing anything that might piss someone off. Just, concealed carry laws are scary. I lived in a state like that. You're going to watch the replay after live? Yeah, go ahead. We're just going over this, so. Moonlit novel.
All those fucking hate channels like Karina Kaboom and all those ones that hated her for years and confront her on fucking with Keemstar right there, with Amber Lynn right there like Roxy did. And I wanted to show the world how crazy these lunatics truly are, bro.
I don't think Roxy looked like a lunatic. Roxy didn't say or do anything that made her look crazy. You trying to discredit her by pointing out that she at one point in her life was a stripper really didn't do anything in my eyes to diminish her credibility. Because I don't have a negative view of strippers. You clearly do. And this one over here just nods and says sure to whatever the fuck you say. I could say a lot of things that I'm not gonna say, but here we are.
Would have been epic.
We could probably do that sometime in the future, like have an episode on live devoted to like talking to the haters. I don't think live would be a good spot for her with all the mental stress and stuff it was for me. I think this is going to be good. But this is also a lot because this is prime time. Yeah. When you said the other day that you were hoping that she would get put on Pit or somewhere where she could work her way up and like get to know it and you do a littler channel first that isn't so much pressure and then move on up. I thought that would have been a better idea. Yeah. But I think me and Scooter will take good care of her. We'll make sure that.
Well, I thought she should have did.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you one of the people on the show? Fuck. Will you have an original thought of your own on the show?
What I thought that she could have came on and she could have did a couple of shows first, like not just making appearances first, not be on Pit and start on Pit. I thought she could have made a couple of appearances, had a couple of confrontations like she did with Roxy, and have a confrontation with this person and get comfortable with the confrontations before it just all floods in on you. Just get kind of comfortable, because when she was with Roxy, she was comfortable. When she confronted Zay Zooted, she was comfortable. Now she's gonna get in that where now if Karina Kaboom come on panel, she can get it. She can have a back and forth going. If Zachary Michaels or whomever, she can get comfortable in a fight. You know what I'm saying? But she gotta.
What is wrong with you? Like, what is legitimately wrong with you?
Kind of like she gotta do a couple jabs first before she get them KOs. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting. I actually would.
That is the face. We are both. That is the mood. We are sharing that exact same.
Be interested to see that, her going head to head on live with some of these reaction channels that she's been traumatized by for the last decade or so. I'd love to see Rachel go up. Actually, Rachel and Amber have it out on there. That would be amazing.
Really? You really want to watch that? Because my money's on Rachel. Rachel, I mean, I know you all like to laugh at Rachel because of her degree. But a degree in rhetoric means she literally has a degree in debate. So yeah, I'd like to see that. I'm not defending Rachel. I'm just pointing it out. I'm pointing out facts. Facts. Just saying. I don't know why you think this is going to be entertaining. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to see a debate between Amber and Rachel. Let's go. Okay. When and where? I don't think Rachel's going to agree to it, but if on the offhand that she does, I would watch with popcorn, because it's going to be very, very entertaining for me. Maybe not the rest of y'all, but I will be entertained. I know a lot of people don't like Rachel right now. I understand that. I get it. I really do. But the reality of the situation is
amazing to see. I would genuinely I'd like to see how Rachel would handle it. But what I've seen of Amber so far in these arguments she's had so far, I don't think you have to worry about breaking her in gently. She's very used to fighting back against her controversies. She's always got something to say. I think she's been doing it pretty much for over a decade. I think she's going to be all right with that, like being thrown straight in. But
I think in a controlled environment, I think Amber will do okay, because I think Amber's good with the, like I've always said, I think Amber's good with the manipulation and all of that. But I think when it comes to on her feet thinking, which a live would require, we've seen Amber do lives. And don't get me wrong, she's gotten better over the years, but Amber's fallback for things that she doesn't want to talk about is still deny, ignore. That's how she handles it. She doesn't really stand up for herself. She might have a talking point and she just repeats it over and over again. It's just a stonewalling technique, which, I mean, you can't argue against a stonewalling technique because there's nothing to argue, you know? It's like you come up to me and you're like, the moon is made of cheese. And I just go, no. And then you're like, the moon is made of cheese. And I go, no. And that's just the conversation. We're not going anywhere. Neither of us is changing our stance. Neither of us is hearing the other person. There's nothing happening. One of us is just screaming, the moon is made of cheese. And the other one is going, no. You know, that's all that's happening. That's what Amber does. Where's Rarity? Nope, not talking about that. Where's Rarity? Not talking about that. Where's Rarity? Not talking about that. That's all that's going to happen, honestly. And then when she finally has a point where she doesn't want to hear it anymore, then she pulls out the waterworks. My mentals. Shouldn't have done that. Anyway. Yeah, remember how Amber was facing off with Tammy live? Yeah, right. Yeah. Now my mods are fighting. Don't fight mods. Mods! Yeah, a lot of people unsubbed from Rachel. I'm not like, oh, you guys should go sub to Rachel. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, let's be honest, whether you like Rachel or not. Rachel versus Amber in a debate. Be honest. Just be honest. You don't have to like Rachel. Oh, shit. Yeah, Cyanide Cupcake, when she was being called out by Roxy, you could hear the distress in her voice. Yeah. Yeah, Fat Old Housewife. She was already crying with just one person confronting her. Yeah. Well, you guys have seen her fall apart when it's just the chat in her own lives. Like, there's no voice. There's just the things she's reading. So, no. The moon is made as pumpkin now. Debate that. Well, there are white pumpkins. Which side of the debate am I supposed to be taking? Hey, Diary's here. Oh my god, the new Naked Gun movie is so good. You have a pass. Also, how dare you be social with your mother of all people? Actually, I gotta go to the bathroom so bad, you guys. I'm actually gonna leave this to play. I'm gonna pull a Scar and leave you with the babysitter while I go to the bathroom real fast. And hopefully nothing bad will happen in the time that it takes me. So I'm gonna leave you with this and the Black Box of Doom, and I will be right back.
What do you guys think?
That's what I kind of thought I wanted her to kind of do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm happy that she's hired, though, and is going to have an income, because she hasn't been having an income for a while.
Yeah. And that's why I thought live would have been perfect, because her, Keemstar, you could have probably fired Boogie. Boogie is just like useless. You could kind of, now you got a super duper LOLCow, like an actual LOLCow with a bunch of fucking reaction channels that react to her. And you could bring, and you got a platform where you can bring those channels up instead of them sniping fucking LOLCow live. Be like, yo, come on up and address what you got to say about Amberlyn in front of the world, and show. And I just want the world to see how crazy these people are.
He did that with Foodie Beauty. He brought up Bridge My Girl and that other one, and hell, that would have been great if they
that would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. That's how I wanted to. That's how I wanted to move. Like, I wanted to move like that. You know what I'm saying? That would have been fun to watch. You know. And here is her number one nemesis. His name is Oh Lordy Jordy. And let me tell you, this one.
When he talked about, I used to watch this guy like 3 years ago when he was talking about that anorexic girl. What's her name?
Yeah, no. Yeah. He still does. I forgot.
He's obsessed with that one.
Oh, but he's upset. Let me tell you something. I'm just gonna give you a heads up on who Old Lordy Jordy is. This is the same guy.
I used to watch him.
Yeah, This is the same guy that lied and said Amberlynn Reed's mother. He looked up Amberlynn Reed's mother police report from 1970 all the way up to 2005. What? Yes, he did. And he read out every crime that Amberlynn mother's made in her past. Amberlynn mother is not even part of her channel or anything like that. Amberlynn Reed's mom just waved to the camera one time, and he decided to look up her whole criminal history. And then he came up across one that was a complete lie and said that Amberlynn Reed's mother killed a police dog, a canine. And the whole world ran with it. Then found out he was absolutely lying. He didn't apologize to Amberlynn Reed for that. No, he didn't. He just moved on with his channel. I'm just trying to tell you how gross these people are. They will look at this. Amberlynn's mom made mistakes in the past. Fine, she has some crimes. But
he's not even on the internet.
Exactly. But the fact that he looked her up and then he lied about her killing a fucking police dog, crazy. But that's not the worst thing he did, though, Sweetie. The worst thing that this clown did is Amberlynn Reed was dating Emily, which was the feeder. And Amberlynn Reed's ex-girlfriend used to have a girlfriend that was 1,000 pounds and died in the hospital.
That woman, she was clearly being manipulated and used by this woman for her own sexual gratification.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Hang on. Where's my camera? Come back here. Okay. I wanted him to get here. We'll get back to this next part. Zincat, tough luck, babe. I know, I got to get better about having music and stuff. Jordy. I wanted to talk about Jordy. Because, again, this is another one of those times where Yo Mama has 65% truth and the other 35% is just macrame bullshit. Jordy did look up Amberlynn's mom's police record and read it out live on his channel. That did happen. One of the charges was a very open-ended charge that could have been a range of things that included injuring a police animal, but could have also have been effectively standing in the way of a police animal performing its duties. So it could have been a range of everything from basically going no to actually physically harming the animal. Jordy didn't, as I recall, because I was there when this happened, or I at least watched it, and had my own reaction to this, because I called Jordy out for this. I don't recall Jordy ever specifically saying definitively that Amber's mom had harmed the animal. He just said that it was a possibility that that's what that charge could have been. Now, people chose to run with that. That's fine. Well, it's not fine because it ended up not being true. But Jordy, in my opinion, probably shouldn't have been reading that off because, again, it had no fucking bearing on anything. And all it did was rile up the Amberverse and piss everybody off. If that was the goal achieved. So, again, this is another one of those situations where Yo Mama has 65% of the truth here, probably knows all of it, probably knows all of the truth, but he's using 35% of it to create a lie. Because he's fabricating this, not fabricating it, but he's definitely stretching it and making it into something that it wasn't necessarily was, right? Because I was there. I remember calling Jordy out. I remember telling Jordy that, well, you know, because Jordy and I talk because we're close. I made a video criticizing this, stating I didn't understand why Jordy did this. What was the point? This had no relevance. But I also remember the community's reaction to finding this information out. And it ranged all the way from people being like, why the fuck do I care? To, oh my God, she murdered an animal. Right? So, and there are still people today who do not like Mama Lynn because of this accusation. Right? So this isn't something that's gone away. It's still out there. Some of you here might even still have that opinion. It's fine. Because it turns out that that charge was apparently not even supposed to be on the record. And this was found out through another reaction channel I think it was, don't quote me on this one, I feel like it was Yaba's wife's channel, ? Called the court and was like, what's this about? And the court itself straightened everything out. So Amber didn't do it. Don't get me wrong. Amber didn't go defend her mom. Didn't go track the court records down and defend her mom. God forbid Amber do work. But another reaction channel did. And so that got straightened out. However, the damage was already done. Right? And so yes, Jordy did do that. He did read the court records out and he did read the charges out. But yeah, like Kim said, the charges were ambiguous. It could have, excuse me, it could have even fallen under interference of a service animal, which means a whole wide range of even from just giving it a pet without permission to hurting it. Right. So it could have been anything. And people just went with the worst. And some people heard that as fact and some people ran with it. And I don't remember Jordy saying 100% that it was the mother harming a dog. Now, there are other charges on there that are her physically harming people, but it didn't have to do with the animal. Bizarro Amber. You're not Bizarro Amber. You're actually doing the damn... Well, okay, that makes you Bizarro Amber. Never mind. This person. What is this name? Brands Bajablast. DV Charge says that's not how it went. Yeah, exactly. That's not how it went. So yeah, but this is what I'm trying to warn people about. Yeah, idiot witch. It was a reactor that proved it wrong. Bidding the truth like basket reads. It was Yaba's wife. Okay, Sam, thank you. Sam Tefler, thank you. Cyanide Cupcake says, I don't like Mama Lynn. She literally sat there and laughed about Amber crying because her mother hurt her because her teeth were rotten out and still drinking a bottle at age 5. No. Look. Yeah, whatever. Like, I like Mama Lynn more than I like any other character in the Amberverse right this moment. Don't get me wrong. Like, I see a lot in Mama Lynn that I have sympathy for. Mama Lynn's a flawed person. Mama Lynn did some shit, okay? Don't get me wrong. But one thing Mama Lynn did not do is the thing that Yo Mama is trying to say Jordy said she did. Okay? Because Yo Mama can't actually come up with an actual argument about why Jordy's a terrible person. I'm not saying Jordy's a terrible person. I'm saying Yo Mama wants you to think he is and has to come up with half-truths to get you to think that. Jordy really did read out Mama Lynn's criminal record or criminal charges on air. He really did do that. He really did look up her criminal record for no reason. Other than, I guess he was just curious, which is fine, but why were you reading it out online? That was my criticism. I was like, the fuck was this about? There was no reason for this. There was no point to it. It has done nothing. It furthered our knowledge of nothing. Really? And this was well after Mama Lynn had been released, has been sober. Other than, I guess we now know why she was in prison. Cool. Like, for some people that might be important. For me, I don't give a shit. For Jordy, it clearly was important. But it now gives Yo Mama this ammunition. And this one, since apparently she only has... anyway, since this one won't do any of her own thinking and is relying on this one to tell her everything, she's just going to believe it. And if she's indicative of their audience... you just got a whole group of people who are just going to believe whatever the fuck this dude said, even though it's not true. Up to and including Kat. So, Averits just joined. We haven't gotten to Anna yet. If so, what time? We might not get to Anna. I'm not gonna lie. We've been doing this for almost 3 hours at this point. All those reads are snakes. Similar origins, drastically different outcomes because I use this thing called my brain. You go, diary. You go do an update is what you need to go do. Because the last one I saw, you were looking pretty good. That story did not add up. She said Amber was 4 drinking out of a baby bottle and seeing a dentist. They were poor. How were they seeing a dentist, let alone age of drinking from a baby bottle? How old are you when you get your teeth? I know she didn't have her adult teeth. She had her baby teeth. But why did they give her fake teeth as a baby? Why didn't they just yank them and wait for her adult teeth to come in? That's the part that I always confuse me about that story. Amber would have gotten Medicaid until age 5 back then. I still don't understand why they gave her fake teeth at the age of 4. She didn't break her from the bottle because she was... well, okay, yeah. Allie, she's too busy sucking on that vape than doing her own thinking. I mean... Around 2 years old, most teeth come in. Yes. And so does my lisp. You start your teeth around 4 to 6 months. See, it's clear I've never had children. I have cats. I know when their teeth come in. On top of Medicaid, she would get WIC, and a dentist would have out those ugly metal caps on their rotten teeth. Milk rots the teeth. Yeah. I did one towards the end of October. I'm going to try to do one tomorrow, though. Yeah, you should. I figured that... She said it was her front teeth, didn't she? She said it was her... Well, I thought she said they were her front teeth. She implied they were her front teeth. They would usually do a silver cap on the teeth, but fake teeth. Yeah, it seemed a little elaborate. I work in a field where we see a lot of parents and those kind of people definitely keep up appointments like that because the state is involved. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I gotta go make my yearly. They need to keep the space for the adult teeth to come in correctly. Oh, that makes sense. All right, there you go. That takes a lot of time. So it's just sometimes she was clearly... Yeah. No one's saying she wasn't. All right, I'm not saying she wasn't. I have no front teeth. Having no front teeth can affect speech acquisition in children. Good point, Curvy. Okay. I just had weird teeth, so... I don't know where my lisp came from, to be honest with you. Silver caps on back teeth and pull the front ones. Also floss your teeth. One of you is a dentist in here. Teeth are just the outside bones. Who called them luxury bones? Somebody said that? All right. And now he's going to say something else about Jordy. Oh, we're on the Emily thing. Hang on.
This man, Lori Jordy, decided he wanted to get involved in this situation, and he contacted the woman that died, the 1,000-pound woman that died in the hospital. He decided to contact her brother.
Ew.
Yeah, called the brother after he mourned his sister's death and decided he wanted to investigate and basically try to manipulate him into saying that Amber Lynn's ex-girlfriend killed her in the hospital.
I can't verify this one because I don't know. I know Jordy will talk to people. I've never heard Jordy reach out to people. I can't verify this one. I don't know. And that's all I've got for that one. So, there we go. That was Pulpy, not Jordy. That was Pulpy? Really? I would not have expected that from Pulpy. I don't know a lot about Pulpy. I've literally watched like 3 of his lives, but he just doesn't he just didn't strike me as the type. Right, common sense. I've never heard this story until now, which makes me suspicious of it, to be perfectly honest with you, because I don't trust a goddamn thing that comes out of this man's mouth. Does that mean it didn't happen? No. Does it mean I don't believe him? Yes. Does it mean if someone can prove to me that Jordy did reach out to the ex? She's not an ex. She's not an ex because they were engaged when she passed away. How would you refer to that? To the past partner. If someone can prove to me that Jordy did reach out to the past partner's brother, that's fine. I'm not against knowing these things. I just don't believe yo mama, period. So, doesn't sound like Pulpy. Pulpy said luxury. Oh, sorry. All right, never mind. Pulpy said luxury bones. My bad. Pulpy didn't do anything. Pulpy said luxury bones. Calling your teeth luxury bones. So sorry. I'm sorry, Pulpy. Jordy did contact the deceased woman's brother, Pat Ray. I don't know what's happening, Saturday Night Cupcake. Hungry girl, I have no clue where my significant other is right now. Well, did you put a tracker on them and time them? You're doing it wrong. When they fall from your head, and to make things less weird, we say that they've got stolen by a demon that your parents know. It's a fairy. Thank you. You guys are talking about too many different things. He's rumored to imbibe of the bugger sugar, so your mama is suspect to me. I don't know what that is. I don't think I want to know. I mean, Jordy has had, well, he had Valentine and Valentine's wife on. He's had Aunt Tammy on. I think he was in contact with Emily, but never had Emily on. It's not surprising. I just am surprised he reached out to the brother and not the other way around. This 360 app. I think it was Jordy who contacted them. Somebody did. Whoever contacted the brother reported that he said his sister would have passed away with or without Emily. Your mama is lying, but it's still gross. All right, so I'm not surprised that your mama is lying, so. I can't believe anyone who consistently puts on and removes sunglasses while indoors for effect. Yeah, well, his future's bright, Rabbit, or Ghost Rabbit. I mean, I've worn sunglasses because these lights hurt my eyes. So, I mean, maybe that's what's happening here. No, we're not talking about that. Yeah, that's the thing. Colleen had problems before Emily came along. I don't think Emily helped, but don't get me wrong. But Colleen already had issues. I think Emily, this is personal opinion, do not go anywhere with this. I think Emily looks for people who are already distressed and then comes in with the guise of help because that's how Emily operates. I don't like Emily. And I only have 2 of Emily's past relationships to go off of, so. Anyway, to be fair, Jordy is open about being messy. That is true. Max the best boys. This is so random, but last night I had a dream where there was a food thermometer specifically for baked goods that you can use to check what music was playing at the time the pastry was baked. That is random. And also, I want that thermometer. Yeah, that's brands. That's the thing. In Jordy's defense, people usually reach out to him. Yeah, that's different. So yeah, no, I mean, normally when I hear Jordy has somebody on his channel, it's because they've reached out to him, not the other way around. So that's another reason why I don't really believe this, but if one of y'all can prove it, I mean, I'll walk it back, but I don't believe a fucking thing he's saying here. And I don't really care one way or the other about Jordy. I don't watch Jordy. The only times I've ever watched Jordy is when he had Valentine and the wife on, and a couple of the very first few times he had Aunt Tammy on. I don't watch Jordy regularly, and it's nothing personal. I just don't watch Jordy regularly. So, like I said, I got no horse in this game, or dog in this fight, whatever. Mixed metaphors. So, it just doesn't sound like Jordy. Now, if you were to tell me that the brother had reached out to Jordy and Jordy had agreed to have the brother on his show, then yeah, that sounds like Jordy, like 100%. But that's not what's being said here. So, yeah, I mean, Jordy's funny. I think one of the last times I was listening to him and Aunt Tammy, or he had Aunt Tammy on the show, I was like, I hope Jordy's charging by the hour for all this family therapy. I mean, I got nothing against Jordy, other than he gets blamed for everything, apparently. Everything's Jordy's fault. I got a fighting horse. Yeah, there we go. I don't have a horse in this dog. Exactly, Rex. Don't have a horse in this dog. It'd be really uncomfortable for the dog, but do you have a dog and the horse? Maybe. Let's stop now. Your mama would be right to just criticize the act of reaching out to the family, but instead he's lying by saying they tried to manipulate the brother. There was no evidence to that. But is there evidence that Jordy reached out to the family? And even then, hear me out. If there was, as Pat Ray is pointing out, however, this is another, if that were true, this is another one of those times where Yo Mama is using 65% of the truth and then twisting the other 35%. Because let's pretend, I'm saying let's pretend because I don't know, let's pretend there is evidence that Jordy did, for whatever reason, reach out to the family, Colleen's family, Colleen being the ex-partner, not the ex-partner, but the past partner of Emily, aka Tommy. Let's say that there is evidence of that, right? There isn't evidence that Jordy was trying to manipulate the brother. But he's going to say that there is, because it fits his narrative about how awful a person Jordy is. Okay. So this is, again, is another way that he's trying to villainize the reaction channels, the bigger reaction channels, right? So it's still lying, but he's using just enough truth that people will be like, oh yeah, again, pretending, oh yeah, I remember when maybe Jordy mentioned that he was going to reach out to the family. I remember that. Oh, I guess the rest of it must be true as well. No, that is not how this works. You know, it's like, you know, earlier with, oh, Jordy read out the arrest record and then said, no, he didn't. I mean, my memory's not great, but I don't remember that happening, because I feel like I would have gone off about that. And maybe I need to go back and check my own reactions. Maybe I did. But, you know, he said the same, he did the same thing with Karina. Again, I don't even watch Karina because I've got my own objections, but like, that's not what happened. Anyway, the pumpkin probably has a horse. I will find a horse for the pumpkin. I have politely ignored Joven. I can't with him. To even hear his voice makes me physically ill. Which one's Joven? Have I? Okay. Sane Minotaur. Genuine philosoph. Okay. What about when filmmakers reach out to victims' family members? Yes, Yo Mama is in a suit and tie. Yes, because Yo Mama is. Well, you've missed the points where Yo Mama has also had sunglasses on along with his socks cap. He's a classy lad. He's a fancy lad. How do I feel about filmmakers reaching out to victims' family members? I don't watch a lot of true crime, so I don't honestly know. I don't know, let me chew on that one. I guess if you're going to make a movie about something like that, I feel like you probably should at least warn the family that you're doing it. And then if the family wants to go on record about something, you should probably honor that. I don't know if that's the same thing as what you're asking, though. But, I mean, I'm the kind of person that would be like, if you reached out and warned the family that you were going to make a video about their deceased loved one, and they were like, yeah, I'd really rather you didn't. I feel like you should maybe not do that, but I know that's not going to happen, so that kind of a thing. I don't know. I think in a perfect world, we wouldn't have these issues, but I don't know. Also, I mean, like, how much time are we talking? Is it like immediately after, or is it like a decade after? I don't know. So that's the problem with philosophy questions. There's nuances to these things. They're never black and white. But I think it really does come down to the family members themselves. I mean, sometimes you're going to get, within a family, you're going to get 2 or 3 people who are going to be okay with talking to whoever, and you're going to get another 2 or 3 people within the same family who are going to not want to talk to them at all. I mean, look at 600 Pound Life. You know, you get those people that have agreed to, I know it's not quite the same thing, but you get, you know, people who agree to be the subject of 600 Pound Life, and they have family. But, you know, you don't usually see the entire family on camera, either because, you know, they don't want to be part of the show, or they're too young to be part of the show, to consent to be part of the show, kind of a thing. So, I don't know. I don't know if that answered your question or if I just rambled around. Yeah, BJ, sounds like the girl's some truth and some lie, aka Anna. Yeah, I hear a lot of people say that Jordy's upfront about being messy. I don't know. Look, I'm not really sure if, like, being upfront about being messy gives you a pass. It's like when people are, like, complete and total assholes to you, and then they're like, hey, but at least I'm honest, or, you know, I'm just blunt. No, you're a fucking asshole. I mean, just telling me that you're an asshole it doesn't make it better that you're an asshole. You're still an asshole, okay? So I don't know if Jordy is saying he's messy and then going and being messy. I don't know if that's really the pass everybody wants it to be, but, you know, I guess, I don't know, it's like a warning at the beginning of a video. He tells you he's messy, you continue to interact with him, he becomes messy. I guess you've been warned, I guess is where we're at with that. Amber just uploaded a video, god damn it. I don't watch true crime because it's real and that scares me. I'll watch horror all day long. I don't like real monsters. Yeah, Pat Ray, I think you and I are there. That's a good point. They should be warned or consulted. My objection to it is making sensationalized films in the first place, unless it's doing a real service. I don't like it at all, but I'm not the people's families. You know, if I had a loved one and something tragic had happened to them, you know, I don't know if I would be comfortable having that be made into a movie. I just don't. So that's how I look at it, but you don't always have control over those kind of things. So I hate Bullhorn Betty because she tends to target victims' families. Is that one of the true crime people? What about ethics of reaching out versus Jordy allegedly reaching out? I mean, I don't know if it's technically unethical for Jordy to reach out, because, again, I made a whole video about morality, ethics versus morality. If Jordy doesn't feel like he's violating his own personal ethics, I mean, it's not a violation of his ethics. Is it ethical for me? It's not something I would do, but Jordy and I don't share the same ethics and morals. That doesn't make him better. It doesn't make one of us better than the other. It just means we have a different set of values that we run on. You know, it literally doesn't make one of us better than the other. It just means we have different outlooks on life. I wouldn't do it, but I wouldn't have Valentine and her wife on my podcast on this show. I wouldn't do that because it would be too fucking messy and I don't want to deal with it. Same thing with Emily. I would never have Emily on this show. I sure as fuck wouldn't pay Emily to be on here. Because I just don't want to deal with it. Right? But there are lots of people who see the advantage to having that because let's face it, that first couple set of videos that Rachel put out with Emily's texts, those were phenomenal number-wise. As a YouTuber, seeing those numbers for the first day of a video, those are fucking phenomenal numbers. And yeah, I won't lie that I'm jealous about those numbers, but I'm not willing to do that to get those numbers. There's a reason why my channel is small. I'm not willing to do the sensationalized, mean shit that I see other channels do to grow. I just don't want to do that. But that doesn't make it wrong. It just means I don't want to do that. Does that make sense? I'm not judging people who do. It's just not what I want on this channel. So, do I think it's particularly my ethics? No, I wouldn't do it. Jordy's ethics, that's up to him, I guess. I'm being very very politician about this. Dance. Yeah, don't touch the poo is arbitrary. Yeah, I personally think that's touching the poo. Jordy doesn't, or Jordy doesn't mind touching the poo. Yeah, the Murdoch murders as a TV drama. Okay, well, I guess here's where, I eat crow. The Murdoch murders as a TV show. I watched the Murdoch trials because I was fascinated, not by the actual murders themselves, but by the evidence that they used to convict him. There was some very interesting, the shit they pulled off of his phone, not like pictures and stuff, but like the number of steps he took. Like they used as evidence against him the number of steps that his phone recorded him taking across his house. I'm like really considering never carrying my phone on my person again. That was fascinating to me. Watching a dramatized version of it, I have no interest in that. I don't need to watch that. It's not my thing. But the evidence, watching the court case and the evidence go down, that was fascinating. But I watched Emily D. Baker. She covered the entire Murdoch trial and I watched all of it. So I guess that qualifies as true crime. So yeah, BJ, she flirted to get those numbers. Well, she clearly didn't think that was a violation of anything. I wouldn't have done it, but to each their own, honestly. Yeah, the trial is not the same as a dramatized thing. Exactly. If someone touches the poo, hopefully they have a washcloth. It's the nature of criminal law, present day. I don't know. What's the point of... Yes, law nerds. I haven't watched her in a minute either, though, so I need to check in with her. She just hasn't done a case that I've been interested in. She didn't cover the mushroom murders. Another one that I would have watched just because of the it's fascinating to me. I don't know. What's the point of having standards if you're not going to at least attempt to stick to them? But everybody's standards are different. Jordy and my standards are different. All right, somebody said that she posted. We got to Jordy. That's where I wanted to get to. All right, one more last time. This is the video we've been watching. The channel is called Cat's Channel. Definitely go give it a watch if you would. I think it's 9 hours old now. Something like that. If you want to watch the whole video, it's good. It's not a bad video. So go check that out. Touching the poo is how you get pink eye. Oh my God, Emily D. Baker's coverage of the Depp trial. Yes. That's what skyrocketed her channel. That whole trial was something. That whole trial was just, there was a lot. A lot happened in it. I need to fix that. Bye, Rex. Let's go check on Amber since, was it Diary just told me she posted? Let's see how bad this video is going to be. Oh my God. She's so buried. Will you come up? Jordy's live. We could go snipe Jordy. Wow, she's not even going to pop up. Channel? There we go. You lied. There's no video here. There's this. You got my hopes up. Psst. It's a short, so that is the short. I thought you said it was called The Lies or something. That was, who told me that? Oh my God, Sarah Boone. Pff, that lady. Whew. That lady. Whew. Look, I know some of these things, okay? Sarah Boone fascinates me just because I'm like, how did you think that was gonna work? The more I hear about that story, I'm just like, where did you think that was gonna work? And then recorded the whole thing. I'm just like, I love when people do that. They record the crime and you're just like, I don't, why are you even bothering? My payday. Nope, nope. All right. Who lied to me? Joven is your mama. Oh. Is that his name, Joven? Okay. All right, let's watch this.
Okay, you guys, I know I look like a hot mess, but
you look like you have a weird fucking filter on your face that doesn't look anything like you. No one has eyes like this. My eyes are gonna pop out of my head. Ow, that hurt. Oh God.
But I am coming back to YouTube January 1st. Do not forget, subscribe to LOLCow Bus. I'm going to be a host on there.
Your eyes don't look anything like this. It's not even that you have the cute little hearts under your cheeks or that you've completely reshaped your face. Your eyes don't look anything like this. It's weird. Also, where is your neck? Stop using this filter. It's weird.
I'm so excited. Starts January 1st, okay? Subscribe so you do not
Shut up, Allie.
miss it. It is going to be 5 to 7 times a week.
5 to 7 times a week. Uh-huh.
Monday through Friday for sure.
Yeah,
7
well,
p.m.
exactly.
Be there, okay? First episode is on the 1st.
Oh my God, I have so many other things I would rather be doing. Her teeth look weird. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you have that app. You notice that, like, she's missing one of her piercings because of the way it's, like, smushing her nose. She was really just that dumb. Oh, Sarah Boone. Yeah, what is her mouth doing? Stuff. Things. Yeah, she's not built for full-time work. Pretty when you're drunk. Can you imagine? How do these people make it? Like, how do you do that? Sarah Boone is still popping off? Jesus. There were a lot of reasons the Depp trial was important, Max, the best boy. I mean, I don't disagree with you on that one, but there were a lot of things in the Depp trial, the Depp v. Heard trial, that there was a lot. That was more than just what that trial said it was. That was a big trial. You got the Discord notification? Oh, okay, never mind. The letters she writes, they need to quit writing those damn things. They're unhinged.
genuinely cannot believe it. It's gonna be a mess, okay? So subscribe.
No.
Okay, you guys.
All right, we did it once. We're good. And we're pausing here. She also has no nostrils. Not really. She's got like a Michael Jackson nose. Michael Jackson post-surgery nose. Her teeth look weird. You think she won't show up, Idiot Witch? Oh, that'd be a hell of a thing. Amber stuck in 2016 with these filters. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I like a good filter, but I really like the ones that like make you look like a watercolor or like you're a sketch or something like that. I don't like not looking like myself. I like the ones that like smooth out your face or like hide your wrinkles, but they don't change your face. I don't want to look like a different person. I just don't want every flaw on my skin showing up. That's ignorant. I'm a little girl child. Stop. If I'm not missing out on her, I'm not listening to her prison. Oh my God, no. Don't make me do this. Am I going to live stream on the 1st? I don't know. Don't hold me to that. Do you guys want me to? God and everyone is going to be live streaming this. Are you like, I can't compete with like Jordy and Pulpy and everybody else who's going to live stream it. Amber can't work more than 5 hours a week. I don't think she will be able to have the stamina for 12 to 14. Whoosh. How long do we think she's going to last doing 5 to 7 days of content? I'll be impressed if she makes it through the first week. If she can make it through here's my thing. If she can make the first week, I think she can make the first month. I think after the first month, I think the shine will have worn off by then, and I don't think she'll be into it after that. But that's if she makes it through the first week. So don't make you watch Shorty. I will. What do we got? 2 days? Yeah, today's the 30th. What time is the show? It says link below, but there's no link.
I know I look like a hot mess, but
genius. How do you... There we go. Nope. Nope. That's not how you put a link in the fucking... All right. I'm a boomer sometimes. Like, I'm not an actual boomer, but like, I admit that I have problems with technology. She makes me look like a goddamn genius. Should I join the Discord? Don't make me join the Discord. Can we talk about how much I am not excited about this? Alright, what do we got here? LOLCow Live. That's not bad. LOLCow Cafe. LOLCow Nerd. What is LOLCow Test? Like testosterone? I'm going off of the bowl. LOLCow Balls? Why is it a baby? LOLCow Queens. I'm gonna guess this is like Queens. LOLCow Rewind. LOLCow Chubby. Why isn't she on this one? Alright, so with the exception of LOLCow Live and LOLCow Queens, I'm not trying to brag. Okay, LOLCow Rewind. My channel's bigger than all of these. Not all of them combined. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying my channel is bigger than all of these. So that's putting it into perspective is what I'm trying to do for you.
I'm not subscribing to all of these. I'm just looking at them. I am kind of, I'm always down for a good nerd channel. And I'm just curious about that one. And I want to see this one because it's the second largest channel. I don't need to look at that one. Did I get rewind? Yeah. All right. This is rewind. What do you do? Why is Kim poor? Oh. Is this where they're... Is this just like a... I don't get it. What's this one? What am I looking at? I'm guessing Rewind is some kind of like cache channel, like where they put all their old stuff. You have to be a member on the channel in order to chat. The Discord is members only. Don't actually do that. It used to be LOLCow. Yeah. I looked at all of them and I unsubscribed all of them in the same day too. It's a LOLCow Christmas. It's a LOLCow miracle, Charlie Brown. Okay, that's from 6 months ago. Okay, that's Amber, obviously. That looks like Amber also. The chill sets in. War is brewing. Are we going to war? Are we going to war? Is that what we're doing? What are we doing here? Nope, that's not what I want. Is it just this chick? Nope, that's a guy. Welsh on the shelf. That's funny. Okay. So she does games? Boogie. Oh, Boogie. So they just talk about nerd shit? Okay, I can live with that. I can deal with that. Guess who's back? Back. Tell a friend. Who? I don't know who this person is. Who's the blonde? Jordy explains his contact with Colleen's brother in his stream. Has Amberlynn been in on it all along? On July 29th, 2024, key info, the brother had offered for people to reach out with questions. Then that's a completely different statement. If the brother had already said, hey, you can reach out to me with questions, Jordy was just doing what he had already been told he could do. That is a completely different statement than Jordy hunted down the brother while he was in mourning and asked him questions about Colleen's passing. Thank you, Pat Ray. Your phone battery died? How dare! They all seem terrible people and they're obnoxious, so I don't watch any. Who is this? Two thick queens, one messy internet. We drag clowns, roast LOLCows, and serve shade with a side of snacks. Excuse me. Discord for cash cow. I can never be a member. I refuse to be referred to as a cash cow. I'm sorry. And we're done. Cool. All right.
Buckle up tight. Savage the pirate.
Michael, why'd you put that thumbnail up there knowing I ain't down there yet?
I don't know. That's I've had you guys.
Yeah, now you got everything.
Kind of like the song. Whatever that was. Okay. No, that's a playlist. Tina cleans. Tina has sorry. Savage must DIY. Christmas. Oh, Christmas tree. Pickle elf. You get away from my pickle. Pickle girl. When TLC decided to go all in with reality television, and it was just trash. It was just trash TV. It was just trash people on trash TV. That's what this reminds me of. That's what this reminds me of. I like snacks. Yeah, exactly. I like snacks. Then I turn them off quick. I can't with the LOLCow channels. Yeah, thank you for doing that, Pat Ray. I appreciate it. Actually, let me scroll up. I'm gonna take a screenshot. Doo-doo. Bonk. You would not believe how many screenshots I have of random shit like this. I liked it when Tina ripped Chantel apart, but other than that, I don't like. Oh, so Tina's. What is he eating? Why is the egg salad purple? Pat's like the unsung hero of the chat, you know? Pat gets yelled at for things Pat didn't even do. Wasn't it Rachel that yelled at you? You do not have enough marshmallows on that. Those poor sweet potatoes. Poor sweet potatoes. Give them more. Put some more marshmallows on those poor sweet potatoes. Wait, I didn't see what LOL Queens... Oh, that was LOL Queens, wasn't it? Alright, well... We came, we looked. I'm... not that impressed, I guess. I don't know. It's not my... I'm not the audience. I don't know who this person is. I will say, her hair is very pretty. Alright? Look, her hair is pretty. I wish my hair was that shiny. I could... maybe watch this if it wasn't her making that face this whole time. Is it going to be her doing that the whole time? Is she going to be doing like the fake orgasm face the whole time? Is that what I'm going to have to do? Is that what I have to put up with? Still trying to figure this out. They don't have a description for what any of these shows are. I'm just assuming this is where they store old videos, but that's clearly Amber. Especially since it says Amber Lynn Reed is in the LCU. But I'm not going to watch 2.5 hours of it. I might look at it later. And then this is Amber's show. I am subscribed to it. So. Scooter, Cowboys Up. Who the fuck is Scooter? Why do your parents hate you? This is the chick who has no personality and is just believing everything that Yo Mama was telling her, yes? Scooter is punished. Looks like Scooter just gets picked on a lot. Sweet tea. Sweet tea. What is this? Tina versus Sweet Tea. The Gemini experiment. Sweet Tea's reign begins. I feel like you have to read it in that language. Not gonna lie, those are pretty good costumes. You guys can't see them. Those aren't bad. I like those. Those are good. I don't know what's happening. I guess we'll learn. This is going to be our new show, y'all. I'm sorry. I will say in the Discord, Kim and I are working on who might be streaming these into the Discord. So if I don't go live, we might be doing a live watch there. So if y'all want to watch together and we can all endure this together. There's that. Maybe rewinds or just uploads of the lives. That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, Pat Ray. I'm wondering if they just didn't maybe change the color of it. Rachel, I think Pat Ray had left a comment on Rachel's video, and Rachel decided to take umbrage with it. But like, after Rachel was like, I can't believe they didn't, I forget who she was yelling at. I can't believe that they didn't erase the name of whoever it was from the Discord message for privacy's sake, and then puts Pat Ray's comment up on the screen in full blast with Pat Ray's name right there. And I'm like, come on, Rachel. I was trying. I was pulling for you, man. But like, come on. You don't get to go from 1 minute being like, you must erase people's names for privacy, and then be like, look at this person. All right. So, all right. Cyanide because what was oh yeah, and then didn't even go after it correctly. It was pretty funny. And since she like blasted Pat in the video, and of course everybody watched the video a million times because everybody was reacting to the Rachel video, because I think it was her non-apology video, like Pat's name got out there, so it was like a lot of publicity for Pat. It was great. Anyway, you guys, it's been 3.5 hours at this point. It's 9:30. I do have other things I need to do tonight. We will be back on the regular video track, so expect actual videos going forward, plus some regular lives. I hope next year to be a lot more organized and a lot more with it than I was this year, and hopefully won't get sick again. So there's that. And that's it. That's all I've got for you guys. So if you have made it this far, go ahead and put a cow down in the comments section as your emoji, because I mean, why wouldn't we put a cow down there? And that's all I've got for you guys. So thank you all for joining me. I hope that was fun. Do go give Kat's video at least a look, if for no other reason than to kind of give the video a boost. It's a very small channel. There's only 330 subscribers. I'm not saying go subscribe. I'm just saying go give the video a little bit of interaction. Please don't say anything nasty. And again, the link to the Discord is up here. It's the pinned comment up here if you guys want to join. If you do, be sure to follow the instructions that the bot gives you, or it will boot you. It's nothing personal. And I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know by tomorrow if we're going to live stream on the 1st. That's definitely up in the air. I'm not making any promises on that, though. And that's all I've got for you guys. So I will see everybody when I do the next live, and hopefully I'll have a video or two up before then. So bye. Thanks for hanging out with me.